Ad Astra Avisask. We meet again, you two.
Hello, Catherine. Wait, is this the real Catherine or is this Nahida?
Hi, Catherine. Do you have any commissions for us today?
Commissions, huh? Let me think. Oh, how about this? Please attend the Academia's Academic Symposium this afternoon and recite a love poem on stage.
What?
And if possible, please also use your camera to capture the reaction of the audience upon finishing the poem.
Okay, what kind of prank is this? Is this Nahida?
What kind of commission is that?
I see. It appears that you're not interested in this commission. In that case, please go to Port Ormos and convince the Eremites there to spend some time volunteering at the local orphanage.
Bruh.
Hey, that's not any better.
This is definitely Nahida. You could hear it in her voice, too.
I'm sure the mercenaries will have some interesting reactions as well.
Paimon's gotta ask, just who exactly has been submitting these commissions to the Adventurers Guild?
Oh, the commissioner? Well, actually, I just wanted to see the two of you in action.
Uh-huh. Alright, Nahida.
Was it so obvious? I was hoping you would actually take one of those commissions. That kind of chance to observe humans doesn't come by often.
Uh-huh.
Ah, so it's Nahida. Paimon just knew Catherine wouldn't crack those kinds of jokes.
N-
When did you get into her head? From when she said, Ad Astra Abisask?
Dang, that was fast.
Are you done resting up, Nahida? Yes. I've been sleeping ever since we parted ways, and I even had a really, really long dream.
Dang, so she's been sleeping this whole time? I wonder what her dreams are about.
It was another dream about the Sumeru's festival, except it was a
Aw.
happy one. In my dream, I was sitting in the middle of a flower terrace, and everyone in Sumeru City was holding hands as they danced in circles around me. They danced round and round, and everyone looked really happy.
That's super sweet.
I also got to sit on a gigantic flower carriage. Ferris, the Knight of Flowers, raised me really, really high above the ground, and I was throwing an endless amount of Yalda candies at the children.
Aw.
You know, Nahida, maybe your dream is how the Sumeru's festival really should be. It's meant to be a joyous time where everyone gets together to celebrate your birthday.
Yeah, but it ain't gonna be like that.
Wasn't I describing a really happy dream? Why are you both looking at me like that? Wait, could this be an example of the emotion known as pity? No, we aren't pitying you. That would only make everything worse. We just don't want you to feel too sad. By the way, have you had a chance to visit Dunyarzad? How's she doing? The Homiyanis haven't allowed any visitors after the festival, so we haven't been able to check on her. Yes, I paid her a visit right after I woke up. She was resting at the time.
That's good. At least she's still alive and kicking.
Her condition is stabilized. However, since Elazar is a manifestation of the withering on the human body, we can only cure it by finding a way to take care of Irminsul's own withering. But for the moment, our top focus should still be figuring out what the sages are up to and what they're planning. So our first priority should be investigating and putting a stop to the sages' activities. As for how we should pull that off, let's discuss it somewhere else. There are too many adventurers around here.
Yeah, I'm surprised nobody has like noticed that Catherine is not speaking normally.
Sorry, adventurers. We're gonna be borrowing Catherine for a little while. Okay, so do you have any ideas on how we can investigate the sages, Nahida? Actually, I've already done a little bit of work on that. But for now, I want to hear your thoughts.
You could grab someone close to the sages and question them. But do they care enough about other people that they would actually, that would work?
We're in the dark as of now. Since we still don't know anything about their goals, any rash move could tip them off and lead to terrible consequences. After all, every person in Sumeru City is one of their hostages.
True. What about possessing a student?
No way, that's too risky. You mean it'd be too easy to get caught? No, it's not that. we shouldn't involve innocent students in this. A single mistake could completely ruin their lives.
True.
Doing that would be ignoring the safety of my people for my own selfish goals. How is that any different from what the sages are doing?
Alright, so I guess we possess a key figure in the academia.
I've already tried that, but all the key members of the academia, even the core 30 guards, intentionally avoid wearing their Akasha terminals. It seems that from the very beginning, they've been guarding against info leaks from the Akasha. Of course, it could also be because they're wary of me.
Have you already caught the sage's attention?
I'm guessing not yet, but distrusting me would make perfect sense if they've ever paid attention to the urban legends about me. In any case, I probably can't take over their minds directly.
Alright, so then what do we do?
Nahida, you're super smart, so you already have something in mind, right? Don't keep us in suspense. Spill the beans already.
According to a popular theory from the Vahumana Darshan of the academia, rejecting impractical motions at the beginning of a planning session will give more weight to the actual proposal.
But aren't you the god of wisdom? You don't have to use that kind of gimmick to make us take your ideas seriously.
She's trying to fit in more.
Well, I've been thinking that if I can't directly possess the leaders, and if I can't get ordinary people involved, then I should find someone who's already involved, but hasn't decided to side with the sages.
Oh, before coming back, we met someone named Alhaitham. He seems like he acts alone, and he likes doing stuff behind the academia's back. They probably aren't in cahoots.
Actually, I already have someone in mind. Do you still remember that female scholar named Sataria?
No. Who?
Arya. Paimon remembers now. Isn't she the one who's always trailing behind the Grand Sage of the Academia?
Oh, that woman? You should have just called her the bootlicker weirdo. I would have understood then.
Paimon still remembers the smug and mean way she always spoke to Nilu.
I've always liked observing all kinds of people, and Sataria has always stood out from the crowd. She was born in the desert and was hailed as their greatest genius. Her academic gifts allowed her special admission into the academia, and also gave her the opportunity to serve as the sage's assistant. The name Sataria means star. When she lived in the desert, she shone like the brightest star in the night sky. Later on, she was chosen by the sun.
Huh?
The star was given a place in the daytime sky to complement the sun's dazzling light.
Okay.
Soon after, the star witnessed the sun scorching the earth, which brought forth many disasters.
Oh.
The star began to waver. Instead of staying beside such a sun, wouldn't it be better to return and light up part of the night sky?
Oh.
But in the end, she couldn't give up the radiance of daytime. To cope with her shame, the star buried her guilt and closed her eyes.
Oh, so it's like a metaphor.
From the sound of it, Sataria's just hung up on the research opportunities here.
She's like, yeah, I know they're violating a bunch of human rights, but I'm still gonna get that degree though.
But she doesn't really support the academia. She still feels guilty about not doing more for the desert, right? She's just running away from her problems.
Indeed. When they are presented with complex moral issues, many people will simply plug their ears and go with the flow until the problem can't be fixed anymore.
True.
She's suppressing a lot of guilt, but before she realized it, she had already become the sage's accomplice. She can't deny her part in their schemes anymore.
Wow, who would have thought?
We must somehow make her face her problems again. That way, not only can we get useful intel from her, but she can also use it as an opportunity to redeem herself.
So basically we gotta press her.
From my past observations, Sataria will take a day off from the academia every 10 days to do some shopping in the city. Tomorrow afternoon just happens to be a shopping day for her. That'll be our chance. To prepare, let's go check out some of her favorite spots, and have a quick chat with a few of the vendors there.
I feel like this story is gonna touch on some like complicated moral issues. I just hope they do it right.
This should be Sataria's favorite fortune-telling spot.
So should we ask the fortune teller about Sataria?
No, I already have enough information on Sataria. The most important thing now is for you to pay attention to the vendor's talking style and key characteristics.
My poor lost lambs. Have you become troubled over your fates? The divine voice of wisdom often echoes between mine ears. If thou be blessed today by the gods, I may be able to show you the way.
What?
Huh? Really? Nahida, you've been whispering things to her?
Shh. My friend here has some doubts regarding his future. Can we get a fortune reading for him?
I kind of like how nobody will ever question Catherine just casually walking around.
Of course, of course. In that case...
What?
Uh-huh. It would seem that Harut and Marut are quite wary of you. Perhaps, at some time in the past, you have somehow offended the gods. Only mocking the god of Animo, questioning the lord of Geo's financial savviness, and falling with the god of Electro.
I wonder.
Oh, nothing. Come on, pick an aspect for her to divine.
Divine my prospects in love? Ooh.
Love prospects? No problem at all. The gods have spoken. The truth shall be revealed. One who is fated to cross your path will appear on... Huh? So many people will fall for you.
Oh, wait. The harem is actually real. Wait a minute. No way.
Harut, Marut, did you two spoil my divination? I've never read a fortune so absurd. Actually, Paimon thinks this is probably the most accurate fortune telling you've ever done.
Oh, so you know, but you've never said anything? Okay, I see you, Paimon.
I admit that the orientation of today's celestial matrix is suboptimal. As such, there will be no charge.
Is that so? Well, that can't be helped.
If you were to bring some food offerings for Harut and Marut on your next visit, perhaps they could help you reverse the wheels of fate.
Game just casually confirming that the traveler is indeed a player.
Is this another one of Sataria's favorite stalls?
Yep, it belongs to a king. His father helped Sataria a lot when she first moved to Sumeru City, so she still comes by whenever she has time. When I start talking with him, listen carefully to the details of our conversation.
Okay.
Ah, dear customers. Would you like to look at some pottery?
We caught wind of your great craftsmanship, so we specifically came to take a look.
It's so eerie hearing her go from Catherine's voice to Nahida's voice.
Oh, I recognize you. Aren't you Miss Catherine from the Adventurers Guild? Sounds like I'm in for some big business.
Speaking of, where did you learn this trade?
I suppose you could say it all started with my dad. He's a mason by trade, but I picked up an interest in clay while apprenticing for him.
That's cute.
After that, I began making pottery by myself in secret. And I simply changed trades when my works turned out well. Although it's a pity that I'm no longer making much use of the knowledge provided to me by the Akasha.
That's nice. You're making a living doing something you love.
So is your father still working as a mason?
Oh no, not anymore. A few years back, he fell from a roof and broke his leg. Since he had already saved enough mora over all these years, he's just enjoying the retired life in Port Ormos nowadays.
I see. We wish him peace and happiness in his retirement. I'll have someone in charge of logistics at the guild come by another day for some goods. We'll leave you to it. Take care now.
This should be our final stop. Sataria's always thinking of this restaurant when she's working at the akademiya, so she always comes by whenever she's out in the city.
Hi there. I feel like I've seen you down by the docks before.
Huh? Sorry, I don't quite remember.
If I recall, you were having a discussion with someone about shipbuilding at the time.
Ah, that's right! I've always been really interested in feats of marine engineering. After all, I grew up in Liyue Harbor. And
Oh, she's
spent
from
my
Liyue.
entire childhood staring at the ships going in and out of the port.
Wait.
I came to Sumeru to study, but failed to make it into the academia due to my lack of talent.
Aw.
But I'm still discussing all kinds of problems with different scholars. And I'm continuing to study and perform research from the restaurant's basement. I'm sure I'll get into the academia after their next round of exams.
Yeah, that's the spirit. Good luck.
What an admirable spirit for learning. Amazing.
Sure, but you'll find hardworking people wherever
Shush,
you go.
Paimon. Shush.
So this restaurant has a basement as well? Huh. First I've heard of it.
That's right. It's not usually open to patrons. Most of the time, employees use it for breaks or to hold private events.
What kind of private events?
I see. Guess that makes sense. Well, good luck with your studies, Miss Chishan.
Thank you so much. As long as I can make it into the academia as an official student, I'll be happy.
Aw, that's cute.
Nahida, you still haven't told us how you're planning to make Sataria face her problems.
She's gonna take them over and then pump Sataria up with a bunch of conspiracy theories, obviously.
Sataria is already used to avoiding her problems, so we must find a way to break through her usual sensibilities. I remember that you mentioned that the Eremites in Port Ormos are all making a fuss about the upcoming resurrection of the Scarlet King.
Uh-huh.
Although it's all just a boatload of nonsense, the faith of her homeland may turn out to be Sataria's soft spot.
Okay.
Oh, Paimon gets it now. You want to take advantage of the guilt Sataria feels about her homeland. Although she knows she should return home to help the people of the desert, all she's done is conspire with the sages.
So if they were to criticize her actions...
So, how do we set that up?
Possess them through the Akasha. Imply that they've already converted to the faith of the Scarlet King. And then convey our made-up will of the Scarlet King. As long as everything goes smoothly, we'll get through to Sataria for sure. She'll never guess that we had anything to do with it.
Hopefully Sataria doesn't hold it against those people in the future.
So, best of luck with impersonating them.
What? Me?
We don't know how to possess anyone.
Me?
That's no problem at all. I'll just share all their senses with you once I've possessed them. As long as you're also wearing an Akasha terminal, the effect will basically be as if you've possessed them yourself.
Wait, this is actually possible?
But why does he have to do this? Can't you do it yourself?
No.
Although I've been observing humans for a while, I've never been good at imitating them.
You're not wrong. It's always been painfully obvious whenever you try to pass as Catherine.
If it was at all possible, I would have preferred to leave these people alone. But seeing how things are now, I probably should just accept it and push on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I wonder if she really does want to do that.
Don't beat yourself up over it. We're only doing this to help everyone, and we'll only be borrowing them for a little while anyway.
Alright, then let's give it a go tomorrow afternoon.
I wonder if this is actually going to work, because if she's really good at shutting out her problems, shouldn't she just, like, be able to close her ears?
Oh, here she comes. Sataria's here.
Yeah.
Let's quietly follow her. Once she starts talking to her acquaintances, we'll find a safe spot to begin possessing them. As for how we'll sway her to our side, I'll leave that to you. I trust you'll know what to say.
Catherine is so tall. Oh. What? What? She just shut down.
That's right. You really can't force anything when it comes to love. And besides, everyone around me has a very different background and outlook.
Uh-huh.
Are you still listening to me, Nabia?
Oh, of course I'm listening. You were talking about troubles with your love life, right? I heard everything you said.
Strange. Your cats seem pretty worked up. Is something wrong? I always thought they were quiet, happy kitties. Oh, what are their names again?
I think it's Harut and Marut.
That's right. They are just little
Okay, I got it
darlings, aren't
good.
they? Harut and Marut.
So, which fortune do you want me to read for you today? You must have come for another echo of the divine voice of wisdom.
Could you do a reading on how long it'll take me to finish my current project at
Come
work?
on.
I really just want to get it over with.
Come on.
I hear you. No problem at all. The gods will reveal the truth.
We're so bad at this.
The gods are asking, Setaria, why haven't you gone home?
Why haven't I gone home? Do the gods really know everything I've been thinking about?
Setaria, why don't you just go home?
Damn.
It's a demand now instead of a question. The gods seem to be truly upset.
I'm sorry. I know I failed the gods. Please pass on my most sincere apologies and ask for their divine forgiveness.
Okay, well that works.
And if I may ask, Nabia, is there a specific god who's speaking to you right now?
What did she say?
What an inconsiderate and naive question. The god who is speaking to me is, of course, the wisest and mightiest of all, the Scarlet King.
Ah.
The Scarlet King? No wonder he would make such a demand of me. Oh, wait a second. The Scarlet King passed away a long time ago.
But his spirit is still here.
Even though news of the Scarlet King's resurrection has been spreading like wildfire, it's all just a misinformation campaign from the
Oh, it's a
academia.
misinformation.
How can the Scarlet King still exist in real life?
Oh, it's propaganda from the academia.
What insolence! I am the Scarlet King's most loyal believer. Do you wish to refute his voice of wisdom?
Oh, no. As a child of the desert, I am only reveling in his power upon learning that his divine glory has touched even this city. I will think very carefully about his demand of me. I'm sorry. I must go now.
Okay, I don't know if that worked or not.
Wait!
Oh, they were gone. Okay.
Whoa, she just ran off in a hurry. She looked pretty upset too.
Well done. Setaria didn't seem to suspect anything amiss.
Are we sure? It kind of seemed like she knew something was up.
To have something she's been trying desperately to avoid show up out of nowhere and berate her, that must have shaken her to the core.
Nahida, it seems like you understand human emotions really well after all.
All I know are some abstract Haravatot theories. In any case, my time with you has shown a lot of them to be utterly useless. I'm still trying to make sense of everything.
Aw.
Anyway, enough
It's
of
alright.
that. Let's hurry and catch up to Setaria.
Is his eyes gonna shake? No.
It's okay. I just got caught up in something. Oh, actually, didn't you ask me to help you look for work? What kind of work were you looking for again?
Let's try masonry.
Oh, right. Your old man's craft.
Okay,
How
yeah.
could I forget? Speaking of, how's he doing? Is he feeling any better?
He's feeling a lot better and he's walking more now.
Oh, that's good to hear. I've been thinking a lot about him. If I could get some more time off, I'd love to pay him a visit. Actually,
I'm
while
getting
we're
it right.
talking about
Woo!
him, is he
Is
still
he?
living in Port Ormos?
Oh.
Yeah, he's been retired there for a while.
If you could find the time, please write him a letter. Please pass on that recently, faith in the Scarlet King has taken root in Port Ormos and has begun to spread across Sumeru. He has a quick temper and has always been a devout follower of the Dendro Archon. I don't want him to get into a fight with those Scarlet King believers because of a difference in beliefs.
Oh, she's looking out for him.
Oh? So, who are you siding with in all of this? The Academia or the Scarlet King? I'm so jealous of you. You were born a child of the desert.
Oh.
Yet you chose to betray the Scarlet King.
Oh.
And now you spend all your time with those crooks from the Academia.
Ooh. Damn, Travel, you getting in deep.
Akeem, you don't mean you've also become a believer of the Scarlet King?
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise Scarlet King? In fact, aren't you the strange one? The one who still can't pick a side?
Damn.
Can't pick a side? Me?
Damn.
Oh, Paimon had no idea you'd be so good at this.
Travel kind of scary.
You really zeroed in on the issue and put it right in front of her. It might feel a bit overwhelming for Sataria. But once everything is over, I'll be sure to pay her a visit to her mind and explain everything. Anyway, let's keep going.
We are ruining connections left and right. Burning bridges.
So, Shishan, have you noticed anything weird in the city lately? Like, as if someone was trying to preach to you about something?
No, I've been spending all my time studying in the basement.
Oh, right. Speaking of strange things, I celebrated the Sub-Zerus festival so many times that I lost count. That was really weird.
Wait, how could you be aware of that? That should be impossible. Nothing in the report indicated anything like that.
Are you still failing to realize that the Academia's lowly tricks could never deceive all of Sumeru's citizens?
Jishan, don't tell me that you've converted to the Scarlet King as well!
What an absurd question. You make it sound like I should be ashamed for becoming a believer of the Scarlet King. In reality, shouldn't you be the one who is ashamed? You, who works side by side with the Academia and treated people as nothing more than experimental subjects?
Damn.
Please, please stop!
Damn. Oh, we in her head.
Even now, Sataria's still trying to run from her problems.
Did I push too hard?
Hey, she's trying to talk to the guards. What should we do?
Uh-oh.
This is the most important part of all. Quick, get ready.
Mercenary, you're a member of the Corps of 30, correct? Please help me pass a message to the Matcha right away. The situation in the city is getting out of control.
Please, try to remain calm, miss. Tell me what's happening in the city.
Is Nahida gonna take control of her?
Heretics are infiltrating the city, and they've already converted many residents to their side.
Oh, no. This is gonna suck for her.
Heretics? What kind of heresy are you talking about?
The Scarlet King! Many people I know have suddenly started believing in him, but he's long dead. It's impossible.
Miss Sataria, nothing is impossible.
No.
You know my name?
The Scarlet King is immortal, and all who defy him will one day pay the price. You must face the truth, Sataria. You tread a treacherous path, and the longer you ignore it, the tighter the Academia's grasp on you will become, and the deeper you will be ensnared.
Ooh.
Child of the Scarlet King, never forget that the desert that belongs to you lies elsewhere.
What's so
Ooh.
strange about becoming a believer of the wise Scarlet King?
The voices.
In
Not the
fact,
voices.
You, the strange one? The one who still can't pick a side?
What an absurd question. You make it sound like I should be ashamed for becoming a believer of the Scarlet King.
Sataria, why haven't you gone home?
Ooh. Oh, we are in deep inside her head. She about to start screaming.
It seems that no matter where I run, I only keep finding more believers of the Scarlet King. I have to say, this is a familiar feeling. I've also been running from my guilt this whole time.
Huh.
Guilt over my part in the sage's plans, and from ignoring the letters from the children of my homeland.
She's just spilling it out like that.
No matter how much I may try to ignore or get rid of it, my guilt always comes back.
You won't necessarily lose your research opportunities by facing the truth. Besides, did you really want to conduct your research while carrying such heavy feelings of guilt?
How do you know me so well? Are you truly just a believer of the Scarlet King? Or are you the god himself?
That's not important. The important thing is to pass judgment on the Academia and its sages, and to correct their mistakes. If you could provide some assistance in this matter, perhaps it could serve as a form of atonement.
I've actually never believed in the gods, but I've always believed in serendipity. Your appearance must be a fated opportunity for me to get out of this wretched situation.
Paimon is like, wow. Huh. It's really that easy, huh?
Please tell me, what can I do for you?
We got her.
How much do you know about the Sage's current activities?
I was just one of the designers for the masked dream harvest scheme, which is what happened around the Sumeru's festival.
You saying all this in public?
But I know very little about the full scope of the overall project. I'd assume that only staff with the highest clearance would have access to those confidential documents.
Damn it.
I've just been working to meet the Grand Sage's specified requirements.
Damn it. So we only got a grunt.
However, there's something that's been really bothering me. I heard that a scholar who was previously expelled has returned to the city, and even the sages are still quite wary of him.
An outcast that even the sages are still wary of.
To fight against the academia, we will need to figure out the nature and the purpose of their work. Is there a way for us to get access to the confidential documents you mentioned?
It should be possible if we're willing to take some risks. After all, I'm an assistant to the Grand Sage, and I've been working on many tasks outside of the project. One thing, though, I won't be able to transfer the documents to you through the Akasha once I get my hands on them. The sages have always closely monitored all activities within the Akasha. Let me see. Let's use the most primitive method. Send someone to pick up the documents tomorrow evening at the Academia entrance.
Surely they'd never notice someone stealing their shit in real life.
Wouldn't that be too conspicuous?
Don't worry about that. I assure you, this won't be a trap.
I assure you, nothing will go wrong.
I'm only suggesting this location because it'll draw more scrutiny for me to leave the Academia again. It'll be safest for me to distract the guards long enough to hand you the documents.
All right, I trust you.
So, if I were to successfully complete this task, would it mean I've atoned for my wrongdoings?
No.
That'll depend on the judgment of the Dendro Archon.
The Dendro Archon. That's right. Her people are the ones we have endangered. As the god of wisdom, she's also the one responsible for judging and guiding the scholars. Maybe it's time for me to find a god to believe in.
Dang. Is that easy to convert?
Well, now that we've made plans to meet again tomorrow evening, all we can do is pray for Sataria's mission to go off without a hitch.
Pray? But if we're going to pray to the gods, aren't we just praying to you? God of wisdom and guardian of the scholars?
No. The truth is the true guardian of scholars.
The
I've
truth?
always believed that. Anyway, let's meet again tomorrow evening at the Adventurers Guild.
Okay. The truth is the true guardian of the scholars. What does that mean?
Catherine, we're here! Oh, you are the other Catherine, right?
Right?
That's right. I suppose I'm the other Catherine in your mind.
Can we just call her Nahida?
Shh! We're on a secret mission tonight, so we need to protect Catherine's identity.
Yep, Paimon's right. We cannot fully rule out the chance that the meetup tonight is just a trap. If something were to happen, my existence may be the only trump card we'll be able to play. After all, the academia should still be unable to confirm the existence of my consciousness in the outside world.
Yep, exactly. Just what Paimon was thinking.
I somehow doubt that.
Anyway, enough about that. Let's just make sure to be on our guard.
Speaking of which, don't you feel that something's off? Wait, what is he sensing?
What do you feel is off?
It's a little too quiet around here. Maybe it's because it's nighttime?
It's the middle of the night. Of course it's quiet. You're not getting paranoid, are you?
No, I think he's right. It really is a lot quieter than usual. If you look around, there seems to be fewer people on the streets. I'm not sure if this is the case for the entire city, though.
It's completely empty, rather.
Maybe it's just a coincidence. Maybe Sataria figured out a way to not only distract the guards, but also to get everyone to go to sleep early, just so we can exchange the documents in peace.
I also can't quite figure out why things feel a little off. But now that we're here, let's go ahead and meet her as we planned.
Well, regardless, as long as you're here with us, Paimon feels a little safer. There really aren't many people out right now. Let's hope it'll be this quiet in front of the academia, and that Sataria managed to distract all the guards.
Yeah, nobody's here besides these kids who are outside past their bedtime. Go to bed! What?
What are all these people doing here at this hour of the night?
This is a bit strange.
The triumphant hero returns at last.
Oh
And to a
no!
rather spectacular
No
welcome,
way!
even if I do say so myself.
Oh my
The
god!
outcast, expelled from the academia.
Indeed, I am. Although these days,
Why
they tend
are
to
you
call
here?
me the Doctor.
Are you serious?
If you're looking for your researcher friend, she has already been taken into confinement. With some basic caution, she could have discovered the listening device on her person. Clearly, she
No!
lacks the degree of rigor expected of a true scholar.
Damn it! Bruh. Are you serious? So we got
People of Sumeru
played.
City. What have you done to them?
Everyone else is
I
possessed
simply
too.
made some minor adjustments to their Akasha terminals. Now they can deposit information directly into the subconscious. As you can see, all these lovely people now believe this traveler is a hero who has just saved the world. My experiment is a success. And now it seems they can no longer hold back their sheer adoration.
Alright, time to leave, time to leave.
These are all just regular people.
Leave now. You need to get out of here.
What? That
So-
guy's a Fatui Harbinger. We can't just leave you here.
Nor can I abandon the people of Sumeru.
Okay, that works. Good job, Nahida, good job. Let's go, Nahida.
Don't worry. We'll meet again outside of the city.
I see. You appear to have overridden their mental faculties with your own consciousness. To possess such a powerful mind, you must be...
Bro, back up. Get your stank ass breath out my
God of
face.
wisdom.
Damn. All because she had a goddamn chip on her, bruh.
This should be far enough. Paimon needs to catch her breath first.
So wait, that fortune teller was actually foreshadowing what was about to happen to us. Oh my god. When she said that lots of people will love him,
Is Nahida going to be okay? We only made it out because of her.
I mean, she could jump mines.
Paimon wasn't counting on running into a new Harbinger here, let alone such a high-ranking one. That guy was number 2. So scary. He called himself the Doctor. Remember, Tainari told us about him. Sataria did say that someone who once got expelled from the academia came back recently, and that even the sages are wary of him. Yep. Sounds like she must have been talking about the Doctor.
I think we're biting off a bit more than we can chew right now. Because if we gotta go up against number 2 of the Fatui Harbingers, I don't know how this is gonna work out.
But what are the Fatui after this time? Another Gnosis?
Probably. We need to find a way to reunite with Nahida.
Nahida said we'll meet again outside of the city. But we can't just keep waiting around, right?
Let's go find someone else that could be involved.
You mean,
Let's find Tignity.
wasn't he invited by the sages to work on some project when we were staying with him in the Vidia Forest? That has to be the same project. Even though he turned it down at the time, he might still know something. There's no time to lose. Let's go to Gandharvaville.
Also forgot, I have a Dendro Goblet that I want to actually roll. Maybe I could just do this here. I'm gonna feed this to this. Bye-bye. Ooh, that's some good crit.
Hold it right there.
Huh?
A blonde-haired traveler and a floating fairy. We've got you all right.
What?
Take a look around. You've fallen right into our trap.
What? What do you mean?
Are you mercenaries from the Corps of 30? Did you come here to arrest us?
Corps of 30? We're nothing like those government lapdogs who don't even get scraps for their work. We are an elite brigade that commands the highest commission rate in all of Sumeru. We're here on the orders of a client known only as the Outcast.
The Outcast? Wait, what?
The Outcast? An outcast from the Academia?
It sounds like a Fatuya Harbinger.
But why wouldn't the doctor just send the Fatui after us?
Local mercenaries might have an edge over the Fatui.
Still wasting time on idle chit-chat. We'll shut you up soon enough. Get them!
Damn it. Well, I have a chance to use Sino, even though he's not really built the best right now.
Stay condemned!
They're gone.
That was pretty rough. Is that what elite mercenaries are like?
Yeah, it probably won't be long before we see them again.
Yeah, looks like we'll have to keep our guards up. But this doctor guy seems like a pretty tough opponent. He knew exactly where to set up an ambush. Did he predict that we would try to find Kainari? Going up against smart people is tough. Anyway,
True.
let's keep going.
Hey, Kale.
It's the Traveler and Paimon. What are you two doing back here?
Kale, help.
Kale, it's nice to see you again. Are you doing all right?
To be honest, I'm not doing too well. My Elazar has been progressing at a faster rate lately.
No.
I'm finding it harder to complete more intricate tasks.
No.
As a result, Master Tainari is taking me off the patrol schedule. He
No.
won't allow me to stay here and coordinate other people's tasks.
Oh, Kale.
It seems that curing Erminsul is our only chance.
Speaking of Tainari, did he go off on patrol? We're here to talk to him.
Oh, Master Tainari? You just left the Avidia Forest a little while ago.
No.
He was headed to Party's DI.
Bruh.
What? Isn't Tainari always saying that he never wants to leave the Avidia Forest? He even turned down the Sage's invitation.
I thought it was weird too. Master Tainari always prioritizes his work as a forest watcher above everything. He almost never leaves his post. He left in a hurry this time, though.
Did someone blackmail him?
I only found out that he left through a message he left behind. He also made sure to delegate all his tasks using a schedule. To leave in such a hurry? I'd guess he had something urgent to take care
Ah,
of.
shit.
Master Tainari originally studied in the Amorta Darshan of the Akademiya, and Partis Di is something like the Amorta's research base. Many rare shrubs and grasses have been planted there for research. I know that before he became a forest watcher, Master Tainari once spent a long time conducting research at Partis Di.
A research base, huh? Gotta wonder what kind of research Tainari just decided to work on all of a sudden. Oh, we don't have a lot of time, so let's go look for him at Party's DI.
Please take care of yourself, Kale. Please, I don't want to see you suffer.
Don't worry, I'm fine. I'm used to living with Elazar by now. If you run into Master Tainari, please send him my regards.
Got it. Will do. See you later, Kale.
And be safe. I don't want the doctor getting to her.
Wait, look who it is.
Nahida is here? Or Catherine? Catherine.
Thank goodness you're okay. We were so worried about you.
You haven't been reprogrammed by the doctor, have you?
Hey, this was supposed to be a touching reunion, but you're ruining the moment.
Shut up, Paimon. I'm trying to make sure it's not a trap.
Actually, it's very smart of the Traveler to be wary of me right now. After all, the Doctor has shown that his technology can apparently even control human minds.
Yeah.
Plus, it's not like you could have known what happened after we split up and I was facing the Doctor by myself. Even a pool of stagnant water after a torrential storm can occasionally pass as a patch of sky.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I definitely understood that analogy.
Paimon feels like only the real Nahida could come up with such an obscure analogy.
I believe you.
Huh? But I wasn't trying to win your trust or anything. All I wanted was to clarify my point.
Well, we understand that point now. Please, Nahida, tell us more about what happened. Are those poor people all right?
When you left, I was still in the middle of restoring everyone's minds. Thankfully, when the doctor mentioned depositing information into the subconscious, he didn't mean engraving information into their minds. Instead, he did something closer to creating hallucinations. That was still within my power to fix. Luckily, I managed to finish my restorations and mind jump away from him just as he was about to capture me.
Okay, good.
What a relief. The doctor sure pulled out some hidden cards, but good thing we had Nahida with us.
So, is this gonna be like Big Brain versus Big Brain?
I wouldn't be relieved just yet.
He's probably following us.
I gave away my true identity when I restored everyone's minds, which means we've lost another one of our trump cards. Also, the doctor is already an expert at modifying Akasha terminals. Maybe it's only a matter of time until he captures my consciousness inside the Akasha.
That would be bad.
Would that mean you'd no longer be able to jump between minds? Then, how do we stop him? He's still at the Akademiya, so it's possible he already started messing with the Akasha.
So, she'd be stuck inside of Catherine's body?
Ugh, it feels like he's toying with us. What a nasty piece of work. Plus, the doctor's combat ability alone is apparently enough to make him worthy of being number 2 of the Fatui.
Maybe it's not his combat, but more of his brains.
We shouldn't give up hope just yet. Let's try to find another way to attack this problem.
Actually, Nahida, how did you know we were trying to get to Party's DI? Have you been waiting for us?
Yes, I have. I can see the traveler's elemental energy, so I deduced your destination by looking at the direction you were moving in. You didn't come here for sightseeing, right? Did you find any leads?
We're looking for a scholar we know. His name is Tainari, and the sages once tried to reach out to him. Why don't you come inside with us and see what we can find?
Okay. Let's just hope we won't get him into trouble.
True. Oh, hey, look. Look who it is.
Traveler? It is you!
Hi, Hypatia.
Ah, what a pleasant surprise! It's so nice to see the two of you again.
Who's this?
She's a scholar we met in the Avidia Forest. When we last saw each other, she was still training in the... what's it called? Satyavada life?
Oh, I see.
That's right, we're old friends. You've come at just the right time. Ever since I've come here, hardly anyone has even talked to me.
Hypatia, you're way too excited about this. Actually, for you to leave the Avidia Forest means... you're not in training anymore? Wait, no. Did you already finish your training and reach Pariporna life?
Wait. But doesn't it take years to do that?
What do you think?
I don't doubt her skills, but it does take years for her to do that. For anyone to do that.
My consciousness has already managed to make contact with the divine.
Really?
You did it! Congratulations!
It's so exhilarating to share this sublime joy with others at long last. When my consciousness made contact with the gods. Ah, what a supreme and unparalleled experience that was.
What the fuck?
That sounds incredible!
We're in a hurry, so let's chat about this next time.
Oh, all right. Actually, please wait. I haven't forgotten my promise to you. Remember? I promised to help you understand what you saw from Irminsul once I gained deeper insights. My current self has not only gained true insight, but I can even help you establish a direct connection to the consciousness of the divine.
You can do that?
Do you believe her, Nahida? This is very suspicious. All I'm gonna say is that this is super suspicious.
I've never heard of anything like that, but if you want to give it a try, I'll do my best to protect your consciousness during the process.
Hold on. I brought some spirit borneal with me. This is still a crucial part of the ceremony.
We're using that incense again?
This might not be good for the traveler then.
All right now. Hold my hand. I'll help you establish a pathway to connect your consciousness.
Okay.
I'm still very suspicious of this, but I guess we'll go ahead.
Ready?
It took 3 betrayals for me to finally understand.
What?
The world is just an elaborate tapestry of lies.
Is this scary? Bro.
My fury.
Hello? Why are you here? Why are you here, Scaramouche?
The first to betray me was a god. My creator. My
Yeah, we know that's A.
valuing strength above all. She saw no worth in me and I was discarded.
Mm-hmm.
The second was a human. My family. My friend. Consumed by fear, he saw me as an abomination.
Damn.
The third was one exactly like me. A hope for the future. A fledgling barely out of
Oh,
the nest.
I'm afraid for this one. How is a child gonna... No!
Mortality. He broke his promise to me.
No way.
Humans,
Oh no.
they can't be trusted. And the gods
That wasn't
fill
their
me with
fault.
sheer loathing. So I said good riddance. I denounced the world and laugh in its face.
Ah, there's the origin.
My chest will never again be defiled by worldly filth. I will scrub away every last trace of human emotion. Then it will be empty, a blank slate, and ready to receive a supreme gnosis, brimming with pure divinity.
So this is the origin of Scaramouche.
There is no need to fear. The pain will be brief. Your era is coming to an end.
Bruh. Oh, the Traveler's gotta be freaked out right now. Shit.
What was that? You saw it, right? You felt it, right? Such a majestic god! Such a noble will! Such sublime emotion! Alas, shame. If only that which beats within my chest wasn't a filthy mortal heart.
Oh no.
Oh, great and merciful God! Please grant me forgiveness and
No!
salvation.
Let her go! Let her go, Scaramouche!
Do you understand now? I'm afraid this is no periporno life, but rather...
Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! I'ma get you out of there! I'ma get you out of there, Hypatia!
You! Why are you so mean to me? Why is everyone hiding from me? I found divine wisdom. Shouldn't I receive praise and honor? Haven't I uncovered that light in the darkness?
She's too far gone.
Hypatia?
That's how I always thought everything should be. Wait. Have I already lost my mind?
It's already too late for her.
Wait, something isn't right.
Wait, what? What's happening? Yo, what? Oh, they're already here. Damn it! Traveler, you got this. Yo, no! Come on, Traveler, you got this. Oh my god, really? We lost Catherine! No. Scaramouche. Fuck off.
Okay, we finally lost him.
Jesus.
Are you okay, Nahida? Wait, no. Something feels different. You're back!
Okay, so Nahida got transferred into the Traveler. Alright, that's good. But we lost Catherine! How the hell are we gonna get Catherine now? No, my commission!
Oh, the Traveler's back?
Nahida was controlling your body for a while. It seemed like she jumped over to you as an emergency measure right before the Catherine puppet was destroyed. After that, Tainari heard the commotion and came over. He helped us defeat the mercenaries and then he ran with us all the way here.
This time, she didn't just transfer her mind into my body. Our minds swapped places.
What? You swapped places? You mean your consciousness also went into Nahida's body? Wait, then where is Nahida's consciousness? Where is she now?
She's back at the place that she's always been at. She's still locked in solitary confinement like she's Kali.
I never imagined that an individual's consciousness could be transferred around like this. Had I not seen it with my own eyes, I would have never believed it. I don't think this can be achieved with current human technology. Also, while we were running, the consciousness in your body told me to pass on a message. She said, "The doctor has found a way to trap my consciousness. So I can't journey with you anymore."
So that's how she was unable to get out of Catherine's body.
But even in a moonless night, a shower of starlight can still drown out illusions and lies.
Oh no! Nahida's trapped in the sanctuary of Surazthana for good this time.
And Scaramouche knows where she's at as well.
Was that message all she left for us? It's pretty vague.
We can't let the doctor figure out what we're up to. True. And we're up against the doctor too.
Paimon knows the moon illusions and lies are from that alchemical divination at the Sub-Zero's festival.
Yeah.
Didn't Nahida use a starlight analogy before? It had something to do with Sataria.
Yeah, the starlight refers to the people of the desert.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Huh. Do you think Nahida was telling us to go find help in the desert? But she isn't with us anymore. Think we'll be okay?
I think if she gave us that message, she probably trusts us enough to actually do that ourselves.
Paimon, you said Sanctuary of Surazthana. Does this mean that this Nahida you're talking about, the consciousness who is occupying the Traveler's body, is the Dendro Archon?
Oh, wait. Uh-oh.
Your guess is correct, but the situation's a bit complicated, so it's really hard for us to explain right now.
That's all right. A scholar's curiosity doesn't need to be appeased right away. As for the complicated nature of the situation, safe to say I have witnessed that for myself. I've spent some time with you, and it looks like the Dendro Archon's also on your side, so I trust you.
Okay, good.
Thank you, Tainari. Oh, actually, we came here to ask you a question. What do you know about the project that the sages have been working on?
Ah, that. While I was indeed invited to join that project, the sages were always secretive about its scope and goals, so I eventually declined.
Okay, so he doesn't know about the entirety of the project. That's good.
All I know is that that project has something to do with the restoration of Irminsul.
I just received some new intel.
Huh? Did you see something when you were in Nahida's body?
The Akademiya is turning the Balladeer into a god.
What?
Do you have any evidence?
I saw a nascent god under construction, and Hypatia showed us a so-called divine consciousness.
So that's what happened. That explains why Hypatia's symptoms were different from those of the other scholars who went mad. It's because she made contact with the consciousness of a new god who is still in the process of being born.
Tainari, did you leave the Avidia Forest because of Hypatia?
I did. I noticed Hypatia's mental anomalies, but since her symptoms were rather atypical, I secretly took her to Pardis Dii and began searching for a way to return her to her normal self. If I didn't take action, Hypatia would have already been taken by the Matra to the desert. doomed to a life of exile at Aru village.
Oh no. Hypatia, no.
I knew the Academia has never thought particularly highly of Lesser Lord Kusanali, but I still didn't expect them to do something as arrogant as creating a new god. Looks like I made the right decision by not accepting their invitation.
So, yeah, and the Fatui is behind some of this as well.
The Doctor and the Balladeer. We have 2 Fatui Harbingers in Sumeru. Sounds like we're in for a bad time.
Yeah, it sounds like we're about to get our ass beat.
From your description, I don't think they've completed their project. There may still be room for us to intervene. What is the connection between creating a new god and restoring Irminsul?
Yeah, it feels like we're still nowhere close to figuring out the sage's goals.
Let's head to the desert for now.
Right. We've pretty much gone over everything we need to know, so we should head out. How about you, Tainari? What are you going to do?
I'll stay here for now. I still want to try a few more things to help Hypatia. If you're planning to go into the desert, start by heading for Caravan Rabat. That'll be your fastest route. Come find me here if there's anything else I can do to help. May the spirit of wisdom go with you.
We finally made it to Caravan Rabat. It's pretty lively here. Oh, wow. Paimon remembers hearing people call this the Wall of Samiel. It's made to block sandstorms from the outside. Oh, if it's this tall, it's gotta be the divine work of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, right?
It is indeed quite impressive. They're just admiring it.
Enough gawking.
What?
Come on, follow me.
Huh?
Over here.
Huh? Where is he going? Why is he running so fast? Hello? Slow down, dog. Oh, his Eremites.
What the? Where did he go?
Oh.
How did we lose him? They were just here a second ago.
More Eremite mercenaries? Who are they working for this time? Anyway, Traveler, it seems like we were being followed again.
You were too careless. You should have noticed those hopeless amateurs trailing you a long time ago.
Thanks, dude.
There's no need to thank me. I've never cared to keep track of personal favors.
You and Eula are 2 very different people.
All I did was correct a mistake I happened to come across. It's a habit I developed at the Academia.
Last time we met at Port Ormos, didn't you say you were going back to the Academia? Wait, don't tell Paimon that you're here to take us back on their orders!
Oh, so you've already landed yourselves on the Academia's hit list. I can't say that I didn't expect it. However, had I wished to turn you over to the Academia, don't you think you'd already be the Eremites' honored guests by now?
Maybe.
Oh, right. You do have a point.
Did you participate in the Sage's big project?
I have no interest in running errands for that project. As a scholar, I've always belonged to the camp that promotes researcher autonomy. And these days, you're more fascinating than anything the Sages can offer.
Oh.
To tell you the truth, I'm still investigating the Divine Knowledge Capsule. Unfortunately, I've run into some difficulties. Everyone says the capsule originated in the desert and was eventually moved to Port Ormos. If I am to get to the bottom of this, I must understand how the capsule first came to be. Which brings me back to you, and why you're so interesting.
Uh-huh. What about tiny old me is so interesting?
The leader of Ain al-Ahmar used the Divine Knowledge Capsule right in front of you. And upon seeing him, your expression became perplexed, and you were lost in thought for quite some time. To have that kind of reaction, I think you must have realized something. Are you interested at all in sharing what you've been hiding from me?
It must be because I was so shocked to hear those words again. World, forget me. Oh, that?
What kind of person even notices or remembers stuff like that?
I can't share what I know just yet.
So that's your answer. Well, I do work for the Academia after all. So considering that, it is indeed wise to keep your cards close to your chest.
Yeah, exactly.
But that does prove you do have some undisclosed information about the Divine Knowledge Capsule. Am I right?
I mean, very little. He is pressing me.
No matter. Rather than simply learning the answers from you, I'd still prefer to investigate on my own. Speaking of, you two are also headed to the desert?
That's right! We have the same plan as you! But we don't really have any concrete goals at the moment.
Then I'd suggest starting with Aru Village. It's the largest settlement in the desert, so it'll probably have more resources and intel than anywhere else. Well, would you like to head there together?
We get to go on a little walk with Alhaitham. Woo!
It's always better to travel with someone you know. Let's go!
Academia set up a hospital in the desert for Elazar, but was abandoned for some reasons. One of the residents, there were cured Elazar patients who had escaped from there. Wait, what?
Before us lies Aru Village, the safe haven of the desert folk.
Whoa, this landscape is really something else. What a cool place! Let's go check it out!
Make sure there's no one behind us. Oh, cutscene. Seems deserted though. There was a shadow. Oh no! Sino! Oh my goodness. What? Sino, chill out! Man, he is so fast. Oh, this is a cool ass fight though. That's a cool ass fight.
Sino. Unless my memory fails me, we have barely spoken 2 words to each other before now at the Akademiya. Would you care to enlighten me as to when and how I invited the General Mahamatra's wrath?
Alhaitham, do not think you can escape my judgment just because you managed to escape my attack.
Judgment? So that's how you'd characterize your actions here, is it? Or would elimination perhaps be a more accurate description?
Had I used my full strength, not even this traveler would have been able to stop me.
Full strength? Uh-huh.
Though styled like an assassination, I sought only to ensure that my target would be unable to flee or resist. Standard practice for the Matra, as well you know.
Seemed to me more like your own personal touch.
Who is that, Alhaitham?
General Mahamatra Sino, head of all the Matra at the Akademiya. He's a formidable hunter, and the ultimate nightmare for any who have committed academic crimes.
You seem to have placed a lot of trust in Alhaitham, to the point of blocking an attack for him.
Yeah, cause I don't know, I don't want him to die on the spot. Well, I just got here.
If I were you, I'd never choose to side with him. I wouldn't believe a single word that comes out of his mouth.
Well, I don't really believe it, but I just play like I do.
I have been pursuing this scribe for a long time. I urge you, stand back and do not seek to defend him any longer. Otherwise, there will be consequences.
I don't trust him as much as you seem to think, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna stand by and do nothing.
Has Alhaitham done something wrong? Paimon doesn't think he's as bad as you've made him out to be.
I won't waste my breath explaining things. Alhaitham, I saw it during our fight. Take it out. The divine knowledge capsule you're hiding on your person.
Yup.
Unless you want me to retrieve it for myself.
Very perceptive of you. Nothing escapes a Matra's senses.
There it is. And we don't even know about it.
The divine knowledge capsule? Didn't it fall into the Matra's hands in Port Ormos?
Nope. So you did lie to us.
No wonder you speak with such confidence, Sino. But I must admit, I'm very curious. What does this capsule mean to you? And why, as General Mahamatra of the Akademiya, are you all alone in the desert? As far as I'm aware, the other Matra have been speculating about your disappearance.
Disappearance?
Have you been given a mission that's, let's say, morally dubious?
Ooh.
If I was the real target of your mission, what was stopping you from simply using your authority and resources to judge me within the walls of the Akademiya?
Is it a mission from the sages? Well, we got his ass.
I should have known you'd be difficult to deal with.
You two! Ugh. What should we do, Traveler? Paimon feels like we can't trust either of them.
Well, look
Oh.
at you two, acting all tough and self-righteous over there.
Well, at least there's someone that we could trust.
Wait!
Hi, Dia. What's up? Look at her smile.
You gotta help us out here. Otherwise, these two are gonna start fighting again.
Yeah, sure looks that way. Two giants from the academia duking it out once and for all. Not something you get to see every day, that's for sure. Listen, I know you academic types love to fill up your big brains with self-righteous morality and lord your empty rules and virtues over each other. But how dare you bring your petty disputes into the safe haven of Aru Village? It seems like someone's gonna have to beat some sense into your thick skulls until you finally learn to respect these grounds.
Aw, y'all were fighting on sacred ground? Aw, nah.
Hey, did either of you hear a word I just said?
Whoa, what's going on? The wind's so strong. Is this a sandstorm? Paimon's gonna get blown away.
Another sandstorm?
Oh boy.
What's up with these recently?
Hey! All of you, over here, quickly! We have to take cover.
That sounded like Candace.
Candace.
Come on, you two. Jeez, are all of you academia folks such hard work? Move it!
All right, stop yelling.
They will literally sit there all day. We should just leave these two out here. We should have just left them to just like get sand in their eyes. Oh my goodness. ...
Well, this is pretty awkward. Hey, wanna play sardines with three people who wanna tear each other limb from limb? Sure, why not? Sounds fun. The air is so thick and heavy. Paimon can hardly keep floating anymore.
Wait, so she can't fly if the air is too heavy?
My sincere apologies, everyone. This is the home of our village chief. I will have to ask you to make do with this small room until the sandstorm dies down. Please, let me introduce myself. I am Candace, protector of Aru Village.
Nice to meet you, Candace. The name's Paimon. Thank you so much for helping us.
You have my gratitude.
There's no need to thank me. It's only right to help each other when the weather gets rough.
Wow, she's so gentle and caring, like a nice older sister. Unlike those guys over there.
All right. Now that we're all better acquainted, we should return to the topic at hand.
It's like a whole family right here. You've got the two edgy brothers that are just like always at odds with each other. The older sister that tries to keep them in line, and then the older sister that's actually like level-headed.
As a guardian charged with the responsibility to protect my fellow villagers from harm, I was observing your conflict from afar, even before the sandstorm started. And now that you have set foot within our village itself, it is all the more my responsibility to make absolutely sure that you pose no threat whatsoever to us. So please, have an honest and sincere conversation with one another, and put your hostile feelings to rest.
Uh-oh. Therapy session.
If anyone dares to start anything again while they are under this roof, I will not hesitate to send them out for some quality time with the creatures of the sandstorm.
Oh, on second thought, Paimon may have misjudged Candace's character.
And that goes for you too, Miss Dia. Do I make myself clear?
All right, we got it, Candace.
That's what I like to hear. So, which of you will begin?
I was supposed to be a mediator, but I might have gotten a little too involved just now. Anyway, one of those two should probably start talking.
Wait, that was you trying to be a mediator?
I have nothing to hide, so there's no shame in explaining myself. While Al-Haytham wasn't wrong about the other Matra not knowing my whereabouts, it's not because I've been assigned a morally dubious mission. Rather, I've chosen to exile myself.
Well, why?
Huh? Exile yourself?
A little while ago, I discovered that there was data missing in the Academia's project planning and development files. What little they did report clearly did not match the project's actual progress. As General Mahamatra, I had the responsibility and authority to request an audit. However, to my surprise, the person responsible for the erroneous data was none other than Grand Sage Azar himself.
Of course.
I tried to investigate the issue myself before submitting a formal audit request, but I soon found that all leads and potential pieces of incriminating evidence were carefully concealed from me.
It perfectly planned out.
I began to realize that they were cautious of me from the very beginning.
Yeah.
Unsurprisingly, the Grand Sage rejected my audit request as soon as the submission reached his desk. He even said to me, "The power of the General Mahamatra is granted by the sages. You have no right to judge us."
So he said that they got power even over you. These dudes with the ego.
So they really are up to no good.
I realized then that to the Grand Sage, the Matra are nothing more than tools for the sages to assert and maintain their control over knowledge. The vows that we took, the principles that we strive to uphold, they are meaningless to the academia of today.
Yeah, so you basically just up and quit after finding that out. Yeah, I would too.
I believed it would be wise to flee the academia before the sages had a chance to take action against me. This way, they can no longer see nor predict my actions. I will never give up on this investigation. There's no need for someone else to give me power or authority. Once I find the truth, I will administer judgment by my own name.
You know, there's something I've been a little bit curious about. If the doctor and the academia have control of the Akasha, then why is Al-Haytham still wearing his?
Dino seems to have the same goal as us. We're all investigating the sages. Plus, now that he's no longer the General Mahamatra, he somehow feels a lot less scary. Well, Sino, if that's your story, then why did you see Al-Haytham as a target?
When I was investigating the matter in the academia, I overheard a conversation between Al-Haytham and a sage. The sages asked you to investigate a blonde-haired traveler. Do you dispute this, Al-Haytham?
What?
Okay, but wait, was this before or after he knew us?
Like many parts of the project, this assignment was undocumented. Now throw in your suspicious behavior with the Divine Knowledge Capsule, and I think we deserve an explanation.
So they were watching us from the very beginning?
Yes. I was indeed tasked with investigating the Traveler.
Al-Haytham!
After all, the promised reward was so great that hardly any scholar could have refused. The sage told me, once you've completed this assignment, I can give you a glimpse of divine knowledge.
A most enticing offer.
Unfortunately, those academics don't know me at all. Their words contained one key piece of information, namely that divine knowledge indeed exists. That gave me all I needed to know. From my perspective, the sages are far from trustworthy. Think about it. Isn't it a little strange they're so willing to share divine knowledge with anyone, even as a reward?
Yeah.
So, I began my own investigation following the lead of the Divine Knowledge Capsule. In the end, I realized my wisdom in committing to this rather than collaborating with the sages. Had I been less guarded, I probably would have ended up like that Ain al-Ahmar mercenary, incapable of remaining sane for long enough to hold a conversation.
You mean that the sages originally planned to dispose of you, using one of those capsules that drive people insane?
So did you just join forces with me to investigate me?
I'd already given up on the assignment by then. I only told the academia I was waiting in Port Ormos for you to appear so they wouldn't suspect anything. So it came as quite a surprise when I encountered my erstwhile target while investigating the Divine Knowledge Capsule.
Criminals do love to talk about coincidences.
Even though I ran into the Traveler by chance, I had no intention of providing assistance to the academia. Also, you should remember, you were the ones who decided to follow me and strike up a conversation after I left that tavern.
Is that enough, though?
Al-Haytham helped us out at Caravan Rebat as well. Maybe he's telling the truth.
I'm willing to apologize, if that's worth anything to you.
That would be nice.
I took the divine knowledge capsule behind your back because I judged its existence to be a significant risk. I felt that it would be best for no one to interact with it before it had been properly studied. After all, curiosity often proves to be the most dangerous thing in this land.
You should be well aware, Scribe Al-Haytham, that curiosity can also lead you to danger and suspicion. Answer me this. Did the sages share any information about their project with you?
Have I not made myself clear? You and I are both distrusted by the academia. Do you really think they would tell me anything?
Answer the question.
Fine. Although you haven't completely proven your innocence,
Nah.
I won't regard you as an enemy, for now.
As you wish.
Good. I'm glad to see you two clearing up your misunderstandings.
Aw, what a cute little therapy session.
And now you, Dia. I believe it's your turn.
What does she have to say?
Oh, sorry. Whatever the boys were talking about must have been so boring that I spaced out. My situation is pretty straightforward. My employer, Dunyarzad of the Homayani family, is friends with the Traveler and is currently recovering from her illness at home. I had nothing going on, so I decided to return to Aru village for a visit. I was actually looking forward to a pretty exciting time getting back together with everyone here. But then I saw these two random guys in the middle of a pointless argument. It ticked me off, and things went downhill from there.
Is that all? Well, I will admit that definitely sounds like your style. In that case, welcome back, Dia.
Aw.
That's more like it. I missed you all so much, Candace.
What? What just happened?
Whoa! What was that sound?
No need to worry. Now that you're no longer at each other's throats, please make yourselves at home. I'll take a quick trip outside to clear out some of those creatures in the sandstorm.
Are there rift hounds out there?
Creatures? In the sandstorm? Are you sure you don't want some backup?
Paimon, are you gonna be helping?
Fighting in a sandstorm is not for the faint-hearted. Anyone without extensive training in these conditions is at a disadvantage. You needn't worry.
Yeah, just leave him to Candace. Don't worry, she's as tough as they come.
Girls get it done.
The winds died down. That means the sandstorm's over, right? Candace still isn't back yet, though. Is she alright? Maybe we should go out and check on her.
When you put it that way, even I'm starting to feel a little worried. Alright, let's go. We've been here long enough, and the boys are as chatty as the floor.
Oh, there's still rift hounds out here.
Oh, Candace, you're still fighting? You've been out here dealing with these creatures the entire time?
Yes. They just keep coming in waves. I've lost count of how many I've defeated. Before I realized it, even the sandstorm had stopped.
Ah! Here comes another wave!
Bruh.
Leave this round to us. I got interrupted earlier, but now I have something to take my anger out on.
It's been quite a while since I've seen the Flame Mane in action. I'll leave these to you then.
I'll be sure to put on a good show. Let's go!
Aw, I should have put Candace on. I have Candace in my inventory right now, but she's like level 1.
Through me, justice is served. Guilty.
Oh, I can't wait till I can actually fully build Sina. He is so fun to use. I actually can't wait to fully build him.
What we fought just now was probably the aftermath of the sandstorm. So we should be safe for the time being.
Well fought, everyone. No injuries, I hope.
Who is this?
Huh? Who are you?
Ah, my apologies. I haven't had a chance to greet you yet. I had my hands full taking care of the village's elderly and children. I am the chief of Aru village. Everyone usually calls me Uncle Anpu.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Sir, I am also originally from the desert, but I have not been back for some time now. May I ask if such sandstorms are common?
I can't say they've always been common, but recently the storms have become increasingly severe and frequent. Besides sandstorms, we also occasionally get earthquakes. According to an investigator who stayed in the village a while ago, these unusual natural phenomena are related to the withering of Irminsul.
Oh, okay.
Everything in the natural world is inextricably connected to Irminsul. These regional symptoms can indeed be a reflection of Irminsul's present state.
Everyone in Aru Village needs to take good care of themselves. Speaking of which, why haven't I seen a single village keeper since I got here?
Village keeper? Who are they? Village guards like Candace?
Does your curiosity know no bounds? Village Keeper is how Aru Village refers to mad scholars, exiled here by the akademiya.
Uh-huh.
Most of them are scholars who lost their sanity after a period of training in the Avidia forest. The akademiya believes that their crazed mutterings may have a negative effect on the psyches of other scholars. So, they're forcibly exiled to the desert. Though if you ask me, it's all a boatload of nonsense.
Yeah, Hypatia was also almost brought here, but she got sent to the other place instead.
Alas, that's exactly what we've been trying to investigate. One by one, the village keepers have been mysteriously disappearing without a trace. But no one in the village has ever seen them leave. If you're planning to stay around the village for the next few days, I'd appreciate it if you could keep an eye out for them.
I've had encounters with those people in the past. I'll see what I can do to help.
The Matra are the ones responsible for their exile. Now that you're no longer with them, are you trying to alleviate your guilt and atone for your past sins? I'm fascinated by how you think.
Can you two stop?
Mock me if you will, but if you are guilty, I will eliminate you, regardless of my position or identity.
Could you two just chill out for a second?
Oh, you're the former General Mahamatra. You must be an expert in these kinds of investigations. Thank you for your help.
I'll help too.
Is it because you're reminded of Hypatia? Oh, these poor scholars. First they lose their sanity, now this! We need to help get them back home, safe and sound. But, is it really a good idea to tag along with Sino? You seem like you really don't trust him.
It'll be fine. Dihya and the others are here.
I'll be grateful for the assistance. No doubt you will do a better job than some of my former subordinates. Let's start by finding a spot to share what we know so far. Although I've sent myself into exile, I'm still doing essentially the same things as before. Do you still have any questions for me before we start our investigation?
So why do they refer to the mad scholars as village keepers?
One of my former subordinates told me that this title has its origins in a strange incident. The akademiya has long exiled mad scholars to Aru Village. A mysterious phenomenon exists here. When mad scholars first arrive, they are as incoherent and deranged as before. But after spending some time here, they invariably begin to calm down. Initially, the people of Aru Village greatly resented having to take in the mad scholars. But a strange incident one night changed that.
Uh-huh.
Aru Village was struck by the strongest earthquake in living memory.
Oh.
Seeing buildings on the verge of collapse all around him, the then chief of the village was preparing to take everyone to safety. Suddenly, he noticed a mad scholar crouching in a corner, caressing the ground with his hands. A soft, green light radiated from him, like a divine glow against the backdrop of night. Despite the powerful tremors that ripped through the ground that night, all the houses remained upright, almost as if they had grown roots reaching deep into the ground. In the end, not a single building collapsed, and no one was hurt.
Oh, they gain a power? That also kind of explains why they're taking them.
After that, the people of Aru Village treated the mad scholars with greater kindness, and began to refer to them as the village keepers.
The soft green light? A mad scholar protecting Aru Village? What do you make of it, Traveler?
Only she could be capable of that.
I don't think so too. Actually, Sino, Do you know if any of the mad scholars continued to wear their Akasha terminals at Aru Village?
In theory, they would continue wearing them so the academia could still monitor their activities. With that said, the main Akasha system would no longer have any interaction with them.
Oh, no wonder! Everything makes sense then! Add in the fact that they calmed down, it was probably Nahida who calmed them.
If you are able to draw a conclusion from this one story alone, then it appears you possess much more information than I do.
Uh-oh.
So, what do you make of the story?
The Mad Scholar's power was likely from Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Really? Lesser Lord Kusanali.
What? You don't believe us? Lesser Lord Kusanali was definitely using the Akasha to give her power to the Mad Scholars!
No, it's not so much that I don't believe you. I'm just struck by your reasoning. Lesser Lord Kusanali, the current Dendro Archon. Is she really active in Sumeru?
Oh yeah, that's right. Nobody knows that she's active right now.
The Academia has always placed far greater importance on the late Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. They've more or less ignored Lesser Lord Kusanali, and I've never had any reason to doubt their views. In addition, I've never heard any stories about Lesser Lord Kusanali and her deeds. To me, she might as well have been a god that never existed.
No way! Nahida definitely exists! She's a... how should Paimon put it? She's a good Archon who's kind and wise. Even if she says weird stuff.
You defended her so hard right now.
I've spent many years interrogating criminals, so I can easily tell when someone is lying.
Does his face tell you that I'm lying?
That look in your eyes. I've never seen that from a liar. You two really must have met Lesser Lord Kusanali. How can this be? To think, our Archon has been amongst us this entire time.
Alright, now it's our turn to put our skills to good use for this investigation.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
But easier said than done, especially since we don't have any leads. Maybe we can start by knocking on some doors.
Excuse me, are you here to help me find my grandpa?
Yeah.
Huh? Who are you?
Who's your grandpa?
By the sounds of it, a resident of this village.
My name is Isak. You'll help me find my grandpa, right?
Yeah.
Is your grandpa a mad scholar?
Hey, don't say that. Grandpa is just Grandpa. Why do you have to call him that? It's not like he's a bad person or anything.
The person you're referring to is not a local. Yet you are. Why do you call him Grandpa?
Grandpa is just Grandpa. He's my family. I heard everything you said to the village chief. Please, you gotta take me with you.
No,
I wanna find
bruh.
my grandpa. I swear I'll help. I won't be a nuisance.
Oh my god.
Ah, so you're the one who was eavesdropping on us around the village chief's house. I was planning to go out and take care of whoever it was, but I had a vague feeling that they didn't harbor any ill intent.
Sino, he's just a kid. All he wants is to find his grandpa. Let's find a way to help him.
But if we get in trouble, then what are we gonna do about him?
Sorry. I was only listening in because I wanted to know where Grandpa went. Honest. If you don't believe me, you can ask Miss Candace.
Please help him? Oh, brother.
All right. But first, let's confirm the facts with Candace.
Oh, boy.
Ah, you're back already.
We just wanted to confirm something with you. Do you know a boy by the name of Isak?
I had a feeling he'd go looking for you.
Ah, so he is okay. Alright.
Huh? You knew this would happen?
Yes. Although he tried his best to stay hidden, I still noticed him eavesdropping outside the window. He really wants to get his grandfather back. Isak's parents were both Aramite mercenaries who rarely returned to the village after finding employment in the city. He was raised by his grandfather.
Aww.
Unfortunately, it was only a few years before his grandpa passed away. Isak was still very young at the time, so various families in the village took turns caring for him so he could survive. Later, An elderly mad scholar arrived at the village. Isak thought the scholar bore a striking resemblance to his grandfather, and thus often spied on the man. However, the scholar was unkempt in appearance and incoherent in speech. Although Isak referred to the man as his grandpa, he was afraid and didn't dare to approach him.
Aw, poor kiddo.
One summer night, the oft mumbling and bumbling grandpa suddenly calmed down and seemed to become more lucid. He even noticed Isak hiding in the distance. So Grandpa walked up to Isak and patted him on the head. He even took Isak to the entrance of the village, where he patiently taught the boy the names of the stars, and accompanied Isak until he fell asleep.
Yep, that was Kusanali doing her thing again.
The next morning, Isak woke up and wanted to go find his grandpa again, only to realize his grandpa no longer recognized him. However, even so, Grandpa retained his calm expression. It's said that those who saw the scholar claimed he no longer appeared to be crazy, but appeared to be living in his own world, almost as if he were sleepwalking. Isak was thrilled that his grandpa was able to find peace, and would follow him all the time, asking him things like, "Grandpa, want me to take you somewhere fun?" Or, "Grandpa, could you tell me stories about the stars again?"
That's so adorable, but so sad.
It seems like they both deserve so much better.
Perhaps. Nearly everyone who lives in the desert has some form of hardship or regret. But even so, we must still continue on with our lives. It's also my reason for fighting. I must continue to protect this land.
The lucid grandpa was probably Nahida. She must have soothed the other mad scholars as well. From the look on Sino's face, he's probably connected the dots as well.
Maybe the people have always had a considerate god watching over them.
Huh? What did you say, Sino?
No, nothing. As long as Isak keeps his word and doesn't get in our way, we can take him along.
He's slowly starting to realize that that Kusanali has been watching over them all this time.
Perhaps you are more compassionate than I gave you credit for. Please accept my thanks on Isak's behalf, Sino.
Oh, it's you guys!
We've cleared everything up. Let's go find your grandpa.
Really? Wow! Thank you so much!
Your grandpa will be found safe and sound, kiddo.
Yeah!
Alright. Let's ask the local residents some questions first.
Oh, and there's chapter 3. Act 3. So we're in part 4 now. I wonder how this is gonna go.
Excuse me, did you happen to see where the missing scholars went?
You mean the village keepers? Oh, let me think. When I was eating dinner the other day, I saw one of them by the side of the road, muttering away and eating mushrooms and tree roots. They shouldn't go around eating that kind of stuff.
Okay. Did you notice anything else?
Anything else? No, I think that's all I have to tell you. Sorry.
Bro just walked away.
The scholars that have gone missing. Have you seen them?
Those eyes. Those fierce eyes. You look like a real fighter.
What?
Don't change the subject.
Right. You were asking about the mad scholars. I think it's been a few days since I last saw them. I usually go to bed pretty early, so I'm not too familiar with what goes on at night. But honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them. Even though they act a little strange, they've helped me in the past. If it weren't for them, my house would have collapsed long ago.
Do you also think Grandpa and the others are good people?
Grandpa? Oh, hello there. It's little Isak.
She never noticed
You mean
Isak.
that nice man who looks like your grandpa's long-lost twin, right? He was actually the one who protected my house. I saw it with my own eyes. He happened to be staying near my house that day and was doing something with his hands on the ground. It still feels pretty surreal now that I think back on it. Did someone teach them how to do that?
It's kind of funny how everyone thinks this old dude has like the powers to protect all the houses during an earthquake when it was literally just a god the entire time.
Well, whatever the case, I'll always be thankful to him and whoever taught him to look out for others. I'm pretty sure that if I ever went mad, I wouldn't be able to do anything like that.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Oh, look at the kitties. Oh, no, I didn't mean to scare you.
Oh, well, if it isn't Isak. Oh, your grandpa, huh? The last time I saw him, he was pacing out by the road as usual. I went and asked him if he'd like any of the food I had prepared, despite my wife's protests. Like many people, she's really quite terrified of them.
What? Why?
And speaking of my wife, she's still always complaining about how I don't make enough more. Might explain why she's always mad at me.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for taking care of him.
It was nothing. You're looking for him, right? Did he go for a walk and get lost?
Yeah.
That's no good. Well, once you found him, come by my place again and I'll cook a little something for the both of you.
Ooh, nice.
I've known you since you were very young. So as far as I'm concerned, you're family. Please feel free to come by anytime.
Huh? Don't say anything for now.
Okay.
Isak, stay here. Let's head over there. Stay quiet as you move.
Have you heard? The mighty Scarlet King, the sovereign of our faith, will soon return to this world.
There's some Scarlet King followers.
Yes, of course I have. The Scarlet King is the one and only true ruler of this land. I've never believed in any other gods. Still, you say he's coming back, but it sure doesn't feel like life's about to change around here anytime soon. What's your proof?
Haven't you noticed? The village has been getting more deranged scholars than ever.
But they've also been disappearing as well. That cancels each other out, right?
Delavar was saying that many people also went insane just before the fall of the Scarlet King civilization in ancient times. We don't quite know why, but it seems like there's some sort of connection between insanity and the Scarlet King. Isn't it a sign of the Scarlet King's power that all the mad scholars have disappeared? If you ask me, they must have been chosen as the final sacrifice for the Scarlet King's resurrection.
Huh. Now that you say it, that does make some sense. Does this mean our lives are finally going to take a turn for the better?
Exactly. Those city folks will get what's coming to them.
Now, repeat everything you've just said from the very beginning.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Who are you? Where did you come from?
My patience is running thin. You heard what I asked.
Uh-oh. What the?
Oh, okay, good sir. What is it you would like to know?
Tell me about the Scarlet King's resurrection.
So is this the first time he's heard about it?
I only know a few things from hearsay. I went for a drink the other day and heard others talking about a rumor that the madmen will disappear and that the Scarlet King will return to this land.
Oh.
I'm not making this up. I swear.
Uh-oh.
Hey, go on. Keep talking.
It's true. It's so true, sir. We desert folk have had more than enough of those people at the akademiya. They keep sending us all their mad scholars and won't let us have a good life. Would you want to live like this if you were in our place? The radicals were even more thrilled than me when they heard the news. We're all praying for the Scarlet King's speedy return. Delavar also said that once the Scarlet King returns to our side, it's only a matter of time before we conquer the land on the other side of the wall. They're all willing to serve under the Scarlet King and fight for a share of the glory.
Is that so?
Seems like he still wants to know more. Keep talking.
Got it!
This guy is carrying.
At first, I told myself it was just the drink talking, but then all the mad scholars vanished without a trace, just as the rumors said. Please don't beat me up just for mentioning these rumors. If I'm guilty, then everyone else around here is also guilty. I'm just saying what the others said.
Hey man, you don't get off scot-free still.
The people here really like the Scarlet King, but dislike the Dendro Archon.
So the academia is probably the true target of their hatred.
Where is this radical person you talked about?
I haven't run into him over the past few days, so he probably hasn't been around the village. What about you, man? Have you seen him at all?
No, not at all. We wouldn't dare lie to you. He's really not here right now.
This has to be someone planted by the sage.
Sounds like you're not too close with the radicals.
No, of course not. All we know are their names.
I have many ways to stop you from talking. And many others to stop you from sending warning messages.
Oh, Lord.
So you'd best just stay home and hope I don't hear of you trying to contact anybody. Don't do anything until I've gotten to the bottom of this. Try something foolish, and even Candace won't be able to protect you.
Alright, Sino, chill.
Yes, got it. We'll do just as you say.
I guess it works, but damn, bro.
That scared Paimon half to death. Sino is pretty terrifying.
Edgy.
It's like he's used to hearing that. Oh, Paimon bets lots of people have told him that before.
All the more reason to not get on his bad side.
I heard that.
What? My bad, bro. My bad, bro. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it.
Sorry.
My bad.
It's part of being a Matra. The rumor we heard just now seems like a strong lead. But we need to check a few more places.
What about the scholars' homes?
Very well.
Isak! I'm here.
Where's your grandpa's house?
Well, I can take you there. Just follow me.
This kid is so goofy.
This is where Grandpa usually stays.
There sure isn't much here.
Sino, did you catch a faint whiff of the incense?
No.
Oh.
Incense? Please don't say it's the same one as before.
It's the same one.
But are you okay? Are you getting dizzy or need to lie down?
I don't think that affects him anymore.
There's a scent that you can sense, but I can't.
A certain traveler here once passed out from that smell. Thankfully, Tighnari saved the day. And then he gave us a long lecture to explain all about how it worked.
So, you know Tighnari?
Huh? You know him too? Are you two friends?
Yes. Now that I concentrate, I can also make out the scent of incense.
Wait, surely Tighnari didn't lecture you too?
No. No need.
I can't handle his scent very well.
Did you first encounter this scent at Tighnari's house?
No, it was in the middle of a forest where the scholar was meditating.
In the forest. From a scholar.
Yeah, it was from Hypatia.
What are you looking for, Sino?
Here it is.
Oh, you found something?
Take a look right here. Although the traces have been completely buried in the sand, there are footprints here, from the size and shape. They belong to an adult male. This pattern is a common one from this area. Local shoes. This was probably someone from the village. The scent is quite faint, but still extant. The footprints head in the direction of the door.
So you mean someone else has been here?
But who would come looking for Grandpa? He doesn't have any friends.
We'd have to ask whoever lured him away with the incense.
Lured him away? If this is the same incense that we smelled before, I wonder if Scaramouche has been here.
Huh? So you can lure someone away with just a scent?
You get lured away by food all the time.
Hey, what's wrong with liking good food? Everyone's got something they love in life.
Most scholars are fond of incense, since the smell supposedly helps them clear their minds and discover new knowledge. Even deep within the clutches of madness, they still yearn for their knowledge-seeking days, and will follow the scent whenever it presents itself.
No, Grandpa.
Grandpa got kidnapped. No.
So, someone's taking advantage of their weakness? Huh. Still, why would anyone want to abduct all the scholars?
Is it to resurrect the King Deshret?
Are the rumors really true? Could the disappearance of all the mad scholars have something to do with the radicals?
It's highly likely.
Please, you have to save my Grandpa. Grandpa's never done anything wrong. Please help him.
Sounds like we'd better help get him back. Don't you worry, Isak. We won't let whoever took him get away with it.
Let's head to Aru Village and inform Candace and the others about what we learned here. After that, we'll set off to find the scholars.
I mean, I don't doubt that we could find him, but the question is if he's gonna be alive or not by the time we get to him.
Right. The darker fabric definitely looks a lot better. That'd be my choice, too.
What are they talking about?
Back, Candace? We've got a lot to tell you.
Ah, welcome back.
Sounds like everyone's friends already.
Oh, Dia's here too.
You bet. So, everything goes smoothly?
Reasonably.
Reasonably?
Alhaitham didn't go with you?
No, do you think these two would work together?
We haven't seen him at all.
Huh. I saw him around the village entrance earlier and figured he was investigating with you. I guess he must have gone off on his own.
That man dipped.
Did you find out anything useful? I see. So someone used a kind of incense to lead the exiled scholars away from the village.
The resurrection of the Scarlet King? First I've heard of it.
Uh-oh, this guy's listening in.
Far as I know, the kind of incense you just mentioned is only popular beyond the wall. Scholars are fond of it, but as you can see, there aren't many scholars still studying around these parts. No seller would be able to make a profit here. Not to mention making incense is a labor-intensive process. You won't see anybody in the desert with the patience to make or sell something that requires that kind of effort. It seems someone from beyond the wall must have been supporting this.
It's just someone from the academia, obviously.
So what should we do then? Do we go back to the academia and search for leads there?
If it was any other day, that would be your next logical step. But today, you've got me on your team, so you get an extra tip. Didn't you say that the villager got his news from the tavern? Well, I also like to drink at the tavern, so I know a thing or two about these radicals he mentioned.
Uh-huh.
If Paimon remembers correctly, the leader of the radicals is some guy called Delavar.
Ah, yeah. Delavar, the scar-riddled bandit, Engur, the wide-eyed butcher, and Jabari, the duck-tailed bearded crook. The whole lot of them are known around these parts.
Interesting name. The hell is a duck-tail bearded crook? I feel like you've heard these names somewhere. This guy is listening intently back there.
These guys have one thing in common, and that's being broke. The rougher life gets, the more they want to believe in the Scarlet King. Way they see it, the Scarlet King's resurrection is their only chance at overthrowing the academia. Throwing all of Sumeru into chaos is the only way to change the way of life here in the desert. Anyway, that's my guess why they've chosen to become radicals.
Tia! You're amazing! You really know this place inside and out!
But Dihya, yeah, she notices him.
No merc can afford to slack off on gathering intelligence. Every more I've spent in the tavern has been a valuable investment.
She's just talking just to talk.
Let's head out.
Now hold on, you're staying right here, Sino.
Why?
Aru Village is not a big place. Outsiders stand out here like a sore thumb. I'd bet word about you has already gotten out. The desert is unforgiving, so the way of life here is also a lot tougher than on the outside of the wall. You survive on making connections out here. Compared to you, mercs like me are just third-rate amateurs. I've got no actual fighting skills to speak of. But that also makes it a whole lot easier for me to gain the locals' trust.
She's trying to hint that there's someone inside the village that's a rat.
I need to go around and ask some questions. But it'll be difficult if you're with me.
Fine.
I don't know if Sino understands though.
Good. Then we've got a plan. The Traveler and Paimon will go to Caravan Rebot with me, and we'll try our best to figure out where the mad scholars have been taken. Sino, you'll have to stay in the village and continue investigating on your own.
Alright, sounds like a plan!
He doing the dash.
Sino, please don't take offense. I'm sure Dia just wants to help everyone solve their problem as quickly as possible. That's why she can be so straightforward at times.
I don't mind.
Ah, I see. Well, from the way you were staring out into the distance, I thought you might have been mulling over Dia's words.
No, I'm used to being treated that way. It's natural to fear strength. I take no objection to it.
He said they all naturally fear me. I want to see his so-called true power.
Well, here we are again.
Sounds like you're starting to get familiar with the area.
Paimon's amazed every time we see the wall of Samiel. How can a wall this tall even exist? It's almost unreal.
Paimon is very perplexed about the Wall of Samuel.
I know what you mean. I had the same question every time I walked this way when I was a kid. Also, why is this high wall here? And can a wall really block sandstorms? It was only after I grew up that I realized the Wall of Samiel isn't just there to keep out the sandstorms. It serves a more important purpose, keeping out people like us.
What? Wait.
Sumeru is run by wise and mighty sages. To them, us desert dwellers are nothing but tools that can be used and discarded at their whim.
What?
We're cheap labor, like livestock, but easier to control. Nothing more. Even if a child from the desert got the chance to obtain an Akasha terminal, almost all their requests for knowledge would be denied. The academia believes we're underserving.
Oh, an even bigger reason to hate the sages.
Geniuses like Sataria are 1 in a million. The other children never get a single chance to try and rewrite their fate. Even though the academia knows very well that we're humans, just as they are.
That's terrible.
I would tear down this wall with my own hands if I could.
This really is like a border wall.
Dia, you're not thinking about doing anything scary, are you?
I'm gonna do that shit with her.
No, not at all. This place just gets me thinking, that's all. Besides, we're here to procure information, aren't we?
Yep, we gotta catch
Those what?
Caravan Rebot is crawling with people, so be careful what you say. We don't want anyone to find out what we're here for. Our mission started the moment we arrived here. Let's go check out the tavern. Maybe we'll find someone I know. Just our luck. None of them are here today.
Yeah, is that you? What a coincidence. You here for a drink too?
Zaki. Finally, a friendly face.
Oh, and who do you have with you here? Guests from another land?
What's up?
Hello. I'm Zaki. Dia's, how would you put it? Drinking buddy?
We've had drinks together a few times. You could say we go back a ways.
Oh, that's cute.
Anyway, as far as my friends here, they aren't too shabby, are they? You rarely see any Outlanders so friendly and respectful nowadays.
Absolutely. Much better than those people on the other side of the wall. So, Dia, are you looking for someone?
Yeah. Have you seen Engur, Delavar, or Jabari recently?
Of course I have. Matter of fact, we were all here drinking together just a few days ago.
Really?
I've got a spice trading deal from another nation. I thought maybe Delavar and his friends might be interested. Know where I could find him?
Ah, how thoughtful of you. Then I assume you also know that Delavar's been having a hard time making ends meet these days. So, you came here to help him out?
Hey, keep it down. Let's just say I prefer to keep this deal a secret. Y'all at Caravan Rebot are like family. If there's more to be made, why not do it together? Besides, Delavar and his friends have muscle. They'd be a good fit for escorting the goods.
Yes, how considerate of you. Delavar's my friend too, so of course I can take you to him. Come with me.
Okay. I kind of hope this guy isn't trying to trick us. Ihia knows him, so it'll probably be fine.
Are we there yet?
Yep, this is the place.
It's very eerie.
This place is practically deserted. What are they doing in a place like this?
Why don't you take a guess?
I knew it!
A wild stab in the dark. You're
Ah.
like lambs to the slaughter.
I knew this guy was trying to trick us. He led us right into an ambush. Bruh.
What's this all about, Zaki?
Come on, Dia. You really think we didn't hear about what you said back in Aru village? The boys have kept a close eye on you from the moment you set foot there. Not only do I know that you're looking for Delavar, I also know that you've teamed up with people from the academia to look for the missing scholars.
So, you've been watching us from the very beginning?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I'm literally right here.
And you left the strongest one in the village, didn't ya? Who do you think you are? You really thought we'd fall for your little business deal nonsense?
Maybe she knew, because she did see him spying on her.
So you and Delavar have been partners all along.
Dia, I guess it's only natural for a traveling mercenary like you to be out of the loop. Those of us who hang around the tavern have stronger bonds than you think. But you got one thing right. We're all looking forward to an uprising in Sumeru. There's nothing more we'd like to see than the desert folk overthrowing the akademiya.
If that's the case, then I'm sure Delavar wouldn't miss a second of it.
I'll be honest with you. If it weren't for what you said in the village, your little monologue about the Wall of Samio would have convinced me that you're one of us.
Uh-huh.
Delavar. And Enger, you're here too, huh?
Long time no see, Miss Mercenary. You should have known the traitors are what us followers of the Scarlet King despise the most.
Dia, I thought that you, a fellow desert dweller, would understand that the Scarlet King is greater than the Dendro Archon. Little did I know, you don't deserve to join us.
Yeah, gee, what a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Adopting radical views and kidnapping innocent scholars, all because of some baseless rumors. Anything else I'm missing out on?
See? There you have it. Mercenaries are just a bunch of faithless scum with only one thing on their minds. Mora. Pathetic. You're all like a pack of street rats.
Damn.
You're not wrong. Mercenaries are driven by Mora, and my faith lies with whoever's paying me. As long as there's a profit to be made, anyone can become my friend.
Enough talking! Get him!
Just as I expected. Let's teach him a lesson, traveler.
Alright. I wish I could play with Dihya here, but she's not out yet, man.
Guilty!
There goes your little ambush, buddy.
Impossible! How could you?
Get shit on, buddy.
So, what do you think about your meticulous network now, Zaki? How did you say it? It's only natural for a traveling mercenary like me to be out of the loop. I'm guessing your informant told you that I'm just an incompetent merc with no real fighting skills, correct? I mean, that is what I said after all. And of course you would believe everything he reported. The only thing you know about me is that I'm a mercenary, but you've never seen me in action.
Exactly.
Even though you heard we went to handle monsters together, you believed that Candace was the only one doing all the real fighting. That so-called Flame Mane is just a fraud. She admitted it herself. She just uses her connections to gain the trust of others.
Yup.
That's what you thought, right?
You lied in the village because you figured that we'd have people watching you.
More like she noticed.
And you were stupid enough to fall for it. I figured as much the first time we drank together. You all thought you were so smart. Pathetic.
Damn. Girls, get it done.
Whoa! So you've been planning this since we were in Aru Village?
No task can be done without preparation. I just happened to notice a couple suspicious-looking people while you were out investigating.
Oh, but instead of catching them right away, you let them report back.
Those two who were snooping around were just a couple small fries. If we want to get the real catch, we have to be patient and give it some time.
So, the names you mentioned...
Oh, you mean the funny name she mentioned back in Uncle Ampu's house? The wide-eyed butcher, scar-riddled bandit, Paimon can't remember them all.
The last one is about a beard.
That's just a bunch of drunk talk. Enger and Delavar like to talk themselves up when they're drinking. Enger, the wide-eyed butcher, and Delavar, the scar-riddled bandit, are the nicknames they came up with for themselves.
They couldn't have come up with better
Alcohol
names.
has a way of making people share what they really think. So Enger and Delavar are always rambling in the tavern about how the Scarlet King is a superior deity.
What about Zaki?
He's just a numbskull who fell right into our trap. Zaki was probably the best hidden of them all. My initial plan was to find Delavar first, and then try to track him down.
So, who's the ducktail bearded crook?
That's what you wanted to ask when we were at Uncle Anpu's house, right? Jabari is one of the villagers you talked to. You know, the one who wanted to treat Isak and his grandpa to some food.
Aw, wait, so is he a good guy?
So he's a radical too?
No, he isn't. I just needed to tack on a random villager name to make the eavesdropper think that I was making some wild guesses based on my impressions.
Oh, okay.
Wow! What a genius idea! Well, that's an expert mercenary for ya.
Ah, you're too kind. It was straight from the usual playbook, if I'm honest.
So, that thing you were saying before, is it really true?
We love Dihia here. Everyone, I'm joining the Dihia fan club.
About what?
About how mercenaries only care about Mora, and that anyone's a friend as long as there's a profit.
Does that bother you?
I don't think you're that kind of person.
What makes you so sure?
Because even without an employer, you're still helping us out, Tro.
Uh...
Yeah.
Dia, do you dislike the Dendro Archon like the other desert folk?
You two are pretty sharp. No, I don't have anything against the Dendro Archon.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you did go to the whole ass festival with us.
I've heard a lot of nice things about the Lesser Lord from Dunyarzad. I can understand her devotion and gratitude. Dunyarzad's just an ordinary person. There's no way a god would be so involved in the lives of everyday people, unless they were truly compassionate. I've begun to realize that the sages are behind everything that's happened recently. The radicals' blind belief in the Scarlet King, making the Dendro Archon out to be an enemy. It's all the Academia's trickery.
Basically, so if we take down the Academia, everything will be fine, right?
But I see through it all. And unlike them, I can never be hostile towards anyone who's never done anything wrong.
Dia.
Anyway, looks like we're done with business here. Traveler, lend me a hand. Let's tie him up and bring him to the village. I'll let you take it from here.
All right. I'll be in touch. Until then, please stand by.
I wonder if Sino is a bit sad that he didn't get to absolutely destroy a couple people, though.
Candace, do you need any help?
Candace will be okay on her own. I trust her, so you can too. She's been guarding Aru village for quite some time now. If anyone is qualified to question the offenders, it's her.
While I'm questioning them, why don't you pass some time by exploring the area?
I'll meet you back here tomorrow morning, Traveler. As for these idiots, let's just hope they live to see another day.
Oh god. Where's Alhaitham? Is he gone?
Hey, Dia!
Right on time.
Did we learn anything from the criminals?
We'll know any moment now.
Simon's been wondering. You seem to know Candace pretty well. Have you been friends for a long time?
We've known each other for some time now. She's a pretty interesting person. Even though she's an extremely strong warrior, she never misuses her powers against others. It takes strong convictions to be as dedicated as she is, and shoulder that kind of responsibility.
Uh-huh.
Us mercs, on the other hand, we pretty much live from one day to the next.
Well, Paimon thinks you're great too.
Really? Thanks for that.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Sino's here, and he's pretty early too.
You missing your little brother?
Yes. I was here yesterday to help out a little.
To help out? By doing what?
Sharing some interrogation techniques.
Oh, oh no. What kind of interrogation techniques?
Oh, you mean you taught Candace some more persuasive methods?
Right.
Come on in, everyone.
Uh-huh. Oh god, we're gonna walk in there, I'm gonna be dead.
Come on, let's go inside.
She's gonna be like, okay, so I got some information, but I accidentally killed them too.
Candace, where? Whoa, you look furious.
She is very mad.
Do I? Huh. What gave it away?
Oh, there's no mask that can hide true bloodlust. Cover up your eyes, and it'll still show itself at the corners of your mouth.
Perhaps I need to work on my composure. Still, it's perfectly understandable why I'm angry. I'm sure everyone present would agree.
Yes, ma'am. Please, don't beat us anymore. We're gonna die.
Well, looks like Sino taught her well.
She brought out the belt.
You fear death yourselves, yet you do not hesitate to place the lives of others at risk. The absurdity is mind-boggling. The ones you call mad scholars are known to us as the Village Keepers. They are vital members of our community, and some even count them as family. You come here, to my village, and you treat my people as nothing more than stepping stones towards your goal. Tell me, what would you do to you in my position?
Treat them with kindness.
Mercy! Please have mercy!
You've made your bed. We may both be desert dwellers, but there is one thing that I understand better than you. The resurrection of the Scarlet King will only result in war. And war serves no one. The people of Aru Village care little about which god is in power. Life may be tough and tiring, but we wish to preserve our way of life. A war would only cause us to lose all that we have. And that is not a responsibility that you can afford to shoulder.
We understand. We're sorry.
No, this man Izaki is like trying to cover for them so bad. Speak up.
I'll tell you everything I know. Please, just let us go.
I'm listening.
You might not believe this, but it wasn't us who came up with this idea. Someone was spreading rumors in the tavern. That's how we ended up hearing about the Scarlet King's resurrection. Some mystery man told us that mad scholars will make the perfect sacrifice to usher in the Scarlet King's resurrection. They give their lives, and we can get anything we wish for.
They're called village keepers. Slip up again, and you'll regret it.
Oh.
Yes, sorry. It was all that mystery man's doing. He told us to spread word about the Scarlet King's resurrection and talked us into helping him. In return, he said he'll help facilitate the resurrection process.
So this mystery man, obviously one of the sages, because only the sages will plant this kind of information in the village. So where are the village keepers?
I'm not sure.
That's one.
Huh? One what?
Strike. You get a total of 3. Then, you die by my hand.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Lord. Y'all better start talking.
Wait, I'm telling the truth. We don't know anything. It was all him.
2.
Uh-oh.
He got us to lure them out of their houses in the night with some kind of incense. We take them to a junction outside the village. Then the mystery guy takes them from there. You gotta believe me, please. I'm telling the truth, I swear. Just ask them if you don't believe me.
Y'all aren't saying jack shit. Why are you letting him do all the work?
That was indeed the truth. Traveler, go on.
Do you have any idea who that mysterious person might be? He's switching from Sino to the Traveler is like night and day.
You have to believe me. If I knew that, I would have told you his name right away. I'm not risking another beating to keep his secrets. No way. That guy, he wears a cloak, and he's always careful to cover his face. He calls himself the Scarlet King's envoy.
So it was Scaramouche.
I believe I may know what's going on.
Uncle Anpu? What do you mean?
What? Yo, what? What just happened? Sino, you good? Oh.
Smooth.
Oh, nice.
Okay, speak.
If my suspicions are correct, this mystery man they speak of could be from the academia. Some time ago, people from the academia attempted to take the village keepers away. I refused, insisting that they are part of our community. It strikes me now that this secretive character shares the same goal they had.
Which means it's highly likely that the academia was purposely spreading a false rumor to trick the radicals into delivering the village keepers right into their hands.
Oh wait, actually maybe it's not Scaramouche. Maybe it could be Totore.
They were the ones who brought them here to begin with. Now they're trying to take them back? We aren't gonna let that happen.
Not the academia again.
It could also be Totore. If he's wearing a cloak, he's using the incense, which Totore would know about. He also makes sure to cover his face, which Totore always wears with a mask. Actually, I think it might be more likely that it's Totore. In Sumeru City, Sataria also mentioned that King Desiret's resurrection is just the academia's misinformation campaign.
Just as I thought. But what could they want with the village keepers?
People are nothing but tools in the eyes of the academia. A change in their plans likely means they found another way to exploit the scholars. Regardless, our top priority now is locating the village keepers.
You're right. Isaka's still waiting for news on his grandpa.
Time to go. Let's leave the village and try to track them down.
Yes. Pack up and get ready to leave.
You got it. Candace, I'll let you deal with the radicals. Leave everything outside the village to us.
What are they gonna do with the radicals?
All right.
You look worried. Thinking about the village keepers?
Yes. I'd look for them myself if I could. As members of our village, each one of them is very important to me.
You have a strong sense of belonging here. I guess I'm the opposite. Mercs are stray dogs, wherever they go.
Dia, don't say that. You can be a part of this community too.
Thanks. I'll let you know when I feel like joining.
Let's get some food in us and then we'll... Whoa!
Oh, hi. What's up, dude? Why are you reading a book like you're Kakashi or some shit?
Where did you come from?
Well, as you can see, I am merely sitting here and reviewing what we have deduced thus far.
Okay.
You were gone for ages, and now you're suddenly sitting here musing to yourself? Where have you been anyway?
Taking a dump.
Hey, what's with the silence?
You never think things through before asking questions. I'm giving you some time to make up for that.
Good one.
Paimon's so mad! Paimon's gonna give you an ugly nickname!
Go ahead, I won't stop you.
Never mind. Paimon's got nothing. There's just nothing super obvious to pick with this guy. It makes it so hard.
How about Mr. Turtle Beach headphones?
Well, you've heard nothing to suggest I left this whole time. So clearly, I stayed in the village to investigate. Anyway, you plan to leave Aru Village and keep searching for the truth of this matter, yes?
Yep. We're not gonna find out anything more by staying here, so we thought that we might as well take the search elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Enough with the silent treatment!
He's giving us time to think.
No. I'm just surprised that you decided to team up with him.
Alhaitham, you haven't helped us out at all ever since we arrived at Aru Village. Bold of you to question our choices.
That's true.
Yeah, you're all talk.
Unless you did find something?
While you were investigating, I had my own work to do, which I've now finished.
Really? Paimon doesn't believe you.
To be honest, we aren't really a team, so I have no obligation to inform you of my whereabouts. Not to mention that going separate ways allowed me to find some important information that you all had missed.
Oh my god.
What did you learn?
I'm going to take you to someone. But before that, you need to understand where she's coming from.
Okay.
How do you think the residents of Aru Village feel about what we're doing?
Ooh, true.
In other words, do you truly believe every single word the villagers tell us?
Oh.
You mean some of them lied to us?
Hiding the truth does not necessarily equate to lying. Again, these people have their reasons. Remember what Candace said? Most people in Aru Village don't necessarily care which deity is in charge of Sumeru. That's because whether the Scarlet King or the Dendro Archon has power is of little significance to them. By contrast, the perils of their daily lives are ever-present concerns.
True.
They won't simply share everything they know with you without good reason. That's why you believed there was no further information to be found in this village.
So there's still more info, you're saying?
Glad you're following along. Among those you have talked to,
Among Us,
there's someone who was consciously keeping you out of the loop. In fact, she's been observing your every move since you arrived. The reason being, to someone who only wants to live their life in peace, any external factors introduce unpredictability into the equation.
Those eyes. Those fierce eyes.
Oh, that's why she was scared.
Don't change the subject.
It's quite obvious that she's intimidated by Sino's authority and strength.
Right. You were asking about the Mad Scholars.
She corrected herself mid-sentence because she's aware that there are Scarlet King fanatics in the village. If she sounds too friendly towards the village keepers, she could easily make herself the radicals' next target.
I think it's been a few days since I last saw them. I usually go to bed pretty early, so I'm not too familiar with what goes on at night.
Remember? She made a point of denying her involvement in anything that occurs at night.
But honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them. Even though they act a little strange,
This ends
they've
out at...
helped me in the past. If it weren't for them, my house would have collapsed long ago.
How do you even notice all of this?
After speaking to the village chief, it became clear that the village keepers had protected Aru village at night. In other words, the young miss was very much awake during that time.
Then why would she lie?
By getting involved with an outsider, she risks drawing unwanted attention to herself. As for why she might be so wary about all this, maybe you should ask her.
Wait, what?
I'll pass on this one.
What? Why?
You said that she's
Oh yeah,
afraid
she's
of
afraid of him.
If so, it's best if I stay out of this.
We're on it!
Miss Shawnee, as we discussed earlier, I've brought someone with me.
Mr. Alhaitham, I'm aware of where you stand, but how can I make sure that your friends think the same as you?
Well, for one, I don't know.
Go ahead and talk to her. You'll get the answers you want. Go on. Earn her trust.
May I call you Traveler?
Sure thing. Hi, Miss Shawnee.
Hi, Traveler. I want to ask you something. Do you think the resurrection of the Scarlet King can truly change Sumeru for the better?
No.
Why's that?
Because it'll only result in conflicts.
That's very similar to what Miss Candace says. I know you two are friends. That's why I'm willing to talk to you, even though I do have some reservations. Before, I wouldn't even have the courage to ask something like this. Traveler, do you believe our lives will get better?
Ooh, that's a tough question. I mean, there's never really a guarantee, but you can always hope for the best. I can't promise anything, but I'll do the best I can. That's a good answer.
Yeah! We came here from another nation, so it isn't wrong of you to be weary. And we aren't really residents of any one nation. But even so, we've met lots of people from different places, and we've always fought for what we believed in. We have friends in Sumeru, and we want to help them. That's why we decided to stay here for a while.
I want to trust you. My apologies for posing my questions like that. To be honest, I didn't expect you to come back for more information.
Alhaitham told us you have your reasons. It's okay. We understand.
The fact is that only one side of my family is desert folk. I don't really fit in anywhere in Sumeru.
Oh, so she's mixed?
Some believe in the Dendro Archon, while others believe in the Scarlet King. I don't belong to either side, and neither side would want me.
That's rough.
Speaking of which, the radicals mentioned that they despise traitors. Do they just think that anyone who's different from them is a traitor?
Yeah. Some people can be so narrow-minded when it comes to bloodline and beliefs. It makes no difference what I say or how I behave. I'll always be suspected of having ulterior motives. Slowly, I just stopped talking to people. I pretended not to hear or see anything. All I want is to live my life in peace.
Damn.
And then it happened. The village keepers who had helped me disappeared with no explanation, and I didn't dare breathe a word about it to anyone. Until now.
Okay.
You can tell them. I'm sure he'll keep your secret.
All right. I'll tell you what I told Alhaitham. I actually have a sharper sense of hearing than most. Sometimes, I hear strange crying sounds in the night.
Really?
There are ghosts?
Oh my god.
Perhaps. I'm not sure. It's faint, but it's definitely the sound of crying. It comes from far away in the distance, and always carries very raw emotion. It used to be louder and more frequent, but ever since you arrived in the village, it doesn't seem to happen as often, and when it does, it's much quieter. I have to focus really hard to make it out.
I confirmed this with the guards on night duty. They also have someone with a good ear, and he's heard similar sounds at night. But, because we're in the middle of a desert, he would rather believe that they are the cries of beasts than ghosts.
Can you make out where the sounds are coming from?
There's really nothing around these parts, except for an old hospital not far from the village.
I think they used to use it for treating Elazar, but it's been abandoned for years.
Alright, we need to go to that hospital. Abandoned hospital time. Let's go.
This has paid off.
Ooh, is this the place? It's in terrible shape, and there's sand everywhere.
It's rough and it's coarse.
An ideal place.
Monsters, watch out!
Oh, I accidentally skipped the dialogue. My bad.
And it's his due! Stay condemned!
Oh, he's so fun to use. I love him.
They were easier to deal with than Paimon had expected.
What were you expecting?
Super strong bandits? Or monsters taller than buildings dropping out of the sky? Or, you know, something like that.
Hi, Mom. We're playing Genshin Impact, not watching a Marvel movie.
He looks super serious. We gotta stay on our A game too.
This is the one.
His vision. What?
Let's go in and take a look.
Why'd she scream?
Hey, Ohitham, we haven't found squat. Are you sure we aren't wasting our time here?
Yeah, it seems kind of, I don't know.
Patience. Shawnee says she only hears the crying at night. We have time to burn. Until then...
What are you gonna do? Go read?
I'm taking a break.
Alright, yeah.
And just like that, he sits down. Wait, he even brought a book to read? What are you reading? Let Paimon see.
Okay, sure.
The natural position, which is the positional propensity of an entity in natural motion in contrast with an object in forced motion? Huh? When free from external influences, every entity displays the tendency to follow its natural trajectory?
Talking about Newton's law of motion.
So, you got that?
I think Paimon's brain just exploded.
Paimon gives up. You keep reading your book. See ya.
Oh my god. She's never gonna get smart.
How is he so relaxed? Look at him, reading an impossible book in a creepy place like this.
You know, it wouldn't kill you to read a book once in a while either.
Hey, Paimon's your Teyvat travel guide. Paimon knows plenty of useful stuff already.
Like what? You guided us through Mondstadt at most. Alright, relax.
It's not Paimon's fault that the books people read in Sumeru are so complicated.
Paimon is never gonna be smart, is she?
Paimon's getting so sleepy.
Uh-oh.
There it is. It's coming from that direction.
Sounds scared.
From here? Huh. Paimon's not seeing anything.
It sounds freaked out.
It's from below.
Uh-oh.
But there's no way we can get down there.
Something is off about the interior here.
It's a whole ass basement down here. What is this? Who the hell got a secret lair built under here, bruh?
As I thought. There's a hidden structure.
It looks like there are other mechanisms around here. Let's keep exploring.
Propagate! Propagate!
Look, there's someone over there.
We need to be careful though. This could be a ghost, cause like there's no way this guy's been living down here.
Good idea. Let's approach him slowly without alarming him.
Wait. You're...
Oh no, this guy's a zombie.
Speak, and his eyes are unfocused. But he looks too young to be anyone's grandfather. Also, why is he the only one here?
Didn't expect to see him here.
You know him?
He's Razak, a senior of mine at the Akademiya.
He's a scholar too? Is he the kind that holes up in a forest and mumbles stuff about training?
No, it doesn't seem like it.
No. And that's the problem. Razak was never involved in any of those things. He never trained in the forest, let alone reach Satyavada life. Leaving that question aside for the moment, Him being here alone means that we might be too late. Looks like they've already taken everyone away. For whatever reason, they left Razak here. Perhaps they simply didn't have time to come back for him.
Someone couldn't hold it in? Dang.
There are drag marks on the ground. They're clearer by the doorway. Someone was forcefully drawing a cart that was loaded with something heavy.
Those are drag marks? Nah, that gotta be someone shitting.
Loaded with people?
Oh.
That is one possibility. It looks like they were in a hurry, as if they were afraid of being caught. In their haste, they failed to notice Razak hiding in a corner. The symptoms are identical. Looks like we found living proof.
Huh? Why do you say that?
Allow me to jog your memory. Recall your time at Port Ormos. Don't you think his symptoms look familiar?
They're the same as the guy that used the divine knowledge capsule. The Eremite guy.
Correct. The Akademiya is behind all of this. It isn't difficult to deduce their rationale. First, the Akademiya spread a false rumor of the Scarlet King's resurrection, emphasizing the role of the village keepers, the mad scholars who were exiled to Aru village. These rumors were all the persuasion that the radicals needed, and those based in Aru village leapt into action. Unbeknownst to them, of course, through rounding up the scholars, they were actually helping the Akademiya. As well as being able to exploit the radicals for their own ends, this scheme has one further advantage to the Akademiya. All the risks and responsibilities are offloaded onto the Scarlet King's followers. Life for the desert dwellers has been brutal ever since the Scarlet King's death all those years ago.
Damn.
Beneath the surface, feelings of desperation are widespread. Many would give everything they have for the prospect of something better. Anyone looking to exploit that for their own ends simply needs to make a few empty promises. Even if complications arise, people will see that those involved are all followers of the Scarlet King and look for no further explanation than differences of belief. A deep-seated mistrust of the desert and everyone in it by the rest of Sumeru will make sure of that.
So this shit runs deep. They knew their weakness and they used that to their advantage in full force. Holy shit.
The notion of an Akademiya plot wouldn't even cross their minds. It may seem like a simple strategy, but it is able to work wonders under Sumeru's current circumstances.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. It's in line with the village chief's theory, too. But there's still one very important question. Wasn't it the Akademiya that brought the scholars to Aru village in the first place? Why does it want them back now?
Throughout this process, one thing has changed. The scholars' identity. First, they were scholars. Then, they became lunatics. After that, they were exiles. And finally, they become missing persons.
It's like they're stripping them of their titles.
An exile is still patently a living, breathing human being. But when someone becomes a missing person, that is brought into question. If you can't find someone, you have no way of knowing what exactly happened to them. That makes missing people an ideal resource.
Resource? For what exactly?
One possibility is that the information in their brains could be extracted into knowledge capsules.
Extracted? You mean canned knowledge comes from people's brains?
Oh, wait, what?
With the technology of the Sumeru Akademiya, it's entirely possible. Perhaps the process caused them great suffering, which is why they cry out in the dead of night when no one is watching them.
The human brain? Nope, nah, Paimon doesn't want to think about this.
Damn, that's fucked up.
Judging by Razak's state, the contents of a divine knowledge capsule were extracted from his mind, but something went wrong in the process. Or perhaps his curiosity got the better of him, and he used such a capsule for himself.
Paimon's a little confused. Can they just use anyone's brain?
Can't be right. Most of the mad scholars had made contact with divine consciousness in the forest. That's what the Akademiya is after. It's also safe to assume that this knowledge has something to do with the Fatui, the doctor, and also the balladeer. They're using divine knowledge capsules to turn the balladeer into a god.
The look on your face tells me you've realized the answer.
The academia needs people who have been exposed to the divine consciousness.
That's right. To some scholars, gaining knowledge about the gods is their entire life's pursuit. Extracting canned knowledge is just one of the extreme measures they turn to. However, I can't help but wonder, what do they seek to gain from divine knowledge?
Do we tell him about Scaramouche?
The academia is going out of their way to look for forbidden knowledge. But what is their ultimate goal? I've spent quite some time trying to analyze the contents of the divine knowledge capsule, but to no avail. It seems like my way of thinking is too different from theirs.
You mean you're not even slightly interested in getting your hands on this forbidden stuff?
No.
All scholars seek to expand the horizons of knowledge, but I'm not particularly interested in gods, so I don't share their degree of zealotry. Extracting information from people as if they were lifeless objects? If this is the direction of academic progress, then the academia may as well shut its doors.
This has literally become like a matter of like human rights and shit at this point.
Sounds like you're really against all this.
Of course. The academia's actions run contrary to their rules. Whether it be academics or knowledge, everything has its boundaries. If those lines are crossed, the rules and order that govern everything in the world will be destroyed. This matter needs to be corrected, just like fixing a typo in a book.
Wait, didn't you step in to help because you felt sympathy for those poor people?
Not to be callous, but no. The criteria are a little more restrictive than that.
He said, I don't give a damn.
There is no shortage of suffering in Sumeru, and the same can be said for the rest of Teyvat as well. What do you plan to do about that? Save every last person?
Ooh, this dude about to start sounding like Pain in a quick second.
Probably not. Paimon's not sure.
Your motives are more specific and personal, huh?
You can say that. Simply put, I don't blindly place my faith into strength or heroism. I do what I want. The divine knowledge capsule is something I want to investigate in full. That doesn't mean I'm willing to take action for the sake of a few strangers.
Though he rejects the notion of greater moral responsibility, he justifies his actions because they are true to his personal motivations. Someone like him, he might actually make for a better ally.
Paimon's been wanting to say this for a while. There are a lot of bad guys in the academia, but you're not one of them. You're their weirdo.
You're probably right. Though I must say, I quite enjoy this feeling of being the odd one out.
I mean, it makes sense, I guess.
Uniqueness is also an asset, is it not?
I guess.
Wow, that's a great way to think about it. Paimon's really impressed. If only Miss Shani had a similar mindset, her life would definitely be a lot easier.
I'm just a more likable person than her in general.
What?
There's nothing more to it than that.
Damn, okay, dude, calm down with the ego. So what do we do with this guy?
He won't last long if we leave him here. Let's take him with us. We'll work out our next step after we return to Aru Village.
Oh, well, this is gonna be a knowledge bomb to everyone. So they were really just down here doing human experiments with divine knowledge capsules. The academia gets no sympathy. I don't give a shit about if they beg for their lives at this point. They deserve nothing with the way they've been treating these people. By the way, there's a cabinet inside of the hospital that has medical records filled with the entire process of someone trying to cure Elazar. I'm pretty sure it's Totore, but it's pretty interesting to read by yourself, but I'm not gonna read it in this video. It's way too long. Sorry.
We're back!
You must be tired. You should rest and take some water.
What's the situation?
Who's this?
Unfortunately, somebody who's too young to take on the role of Isak's grandfather. Nevertheless, he's one of the people we're trying to find.
I hope they're ready for this.
So, at one point in time, the abandoned Elazar hospital served as the academia's site for extracting divine cant knowledge.
Yep, pretty much.
Yep.
Their plan must have been implemented at some point before we arrived at Aru Village, since divine cant knowledge has been in circulation for a while now. Yet, they fled once we were headed to the village, almost as if they knew we were on their trail. Why is that?
We may have a mole in our midst.
Oh god. Then again, Candace is looking straight at someone.
One of us could be secretly revealing our whereabouts to the academia.
Are our friendships that shallow?
Well,
Looks like none of you have realized wherein lies the issue.
care to share your thoughts?
Sino, you're the reason why they can predict our movements.
Wait,
What?
what's that supposed to mean?
Huh? What?
Choose your next words very carefully.
Uh-oh, he's gonna try and out him.
It is simply a logical inference. I have my reasons.
So what you're saying is, Sino's the mole.
But why? He's been with us this entire time.
Interesting. And here I thought you were the most suspicious one, Alhaitham, since you were always acting alone.
I know. You have a point. But I realized something as we were returning from the hospital. Sino isn't like any of us.
What do you mean by that?
What are you trying to say?
Do you still remember who you are, General Mahamatra? As a Matra, you are no doubt privy to certain kinds of information. Before you can take action against someone, you are required to have all the facts available, including the less than savory details. Simply put, the academia has traditionally allowed you access to a wealth of sensitive information. Knowing their modus operandi, wouldn't you expect them to take precautions against you? If you want to raise a vicious wolf, you need to make sure that you can avoid its bite.
The academia is monitoring me?
It's not that simple. The academia has eyes all over Sumeru, but they have a special protocol for dealing with you. Every so often comes a Nyagarbaha Day. On this day, the academia enters new information into the Akasha through knowledge capsules. I remember seeing a thick notebook next to the control panel once. Its contents were all about the General Mahamatra, his activities throughout the day, preferred methods of enacting judgment, everything.
Oh.
You're saying that the academia entered my information into the Akasha too? But what's the point in doing that? My actions aren't important enough to be added into the Akasha.
The Akasha is capable of computation.
So basically, they got all the information, and then they entered it into the Akasha, so we can compute, like, where his exact routes are gonna be.
The Akasha's algorithms are entirely capable of predicting your movements using the data entered.
Yeah.
When you would depart, the route you would follow, your destination. It knew all of this.
Is it really that advanced?
It predicted my every move.
The academia has been watching you longer than you think.
So that's how it is. Sino adheres to his principles so strongly that he's actually a thorn in their side. Tenacity of will and steadfast faith are worthless to the academia. They need scholars who are easily pliable and mindlessly go after anything they can profit from. Sino, don't take it to heart. This just proves how much of a trustworthy ally you are.
So, he's an unintentional mole?
They escaped because of me.
Don't blame yourself. It's not like any of us would have known.
Exactly.
I have an idea. If they predicted my movements, then I might be able to guess where they went.
Whoa, you bounced back fast.
There is always an opportunity for safety after danger passes.
Oh, so that's how it is! Paimon gets it now!
Do you?
If the academia is trying to avoid Sino, then the safest place would be...
One step behind him.
Yep, that's right!
They'll want to proceed in the direction opposite of where I'm going.
You're getting smarter, Paimon, and you didn't even have to read.
I must go.
There's also something I want to investigate.
Let's go, guys! After him!
Please, wait! I want to go too!
Hell no, kid, you stay here. Eat your greens, bro.
You want to go too? If so, you have to promise you'll stay safe.
Nah, Candace, come on.
I want to find Grandpa. I promise I'll be careful and not cause any trouble.
Oh, God.
Everyone, I leave him in your hands.
Oh, God, dude, no.
Hey, let's go! Remember to pack some food with you. Paimon feels like we're missing someone, though. So, where do we go from here?
Sano, do you remember the route you took?
Yes. After leaving the village, we should head straight toward the desert. There's something here. What's this?
It's buried in the sand. Looks like we'll need to roll up our sleeves and do some work.
Like you need to do that.
And Paimon thought running around everywhere was already enough work.
Now is not the time for complaining.
Okay. So, we have to dig it out? Whatever's down there, looks like it's buried really deep.
These are likely fragments of an Academia-developed device, something akin to a headset.
Yeah, that looks like a helmet.
Looks like there were more than one village keeper. They must have been escorted this way because there are device fragments scattered around here. Let's split up and search the area. Chances are that we'll find other things nearby.
Is this what we're searching for? It looks kinda scary.
This is definitely a device used to extract divine knowledge.
How did it end up buried in the sand? That can't have been part of the plan. They must have been attacked along the way.
Wait, what? Grandpa, I hope you're okay.
But by who?
Don't worry, your grandpa's gonna be fine.
Razak didn't display any signs of starvation or dehydration, which means that they left fairly recently.
We should be able to catch up.
One more thing. Given that the device had been entirely covered by sand, I believe the attack must have happened prior to the sandstorm.
Yeah.
Let's keep going. They can't have gone far.
Ugh, but running on sand is so tiring.
You're literally floating.
But you're flying, aren't you, Paimon? Is flying over sand tiring too?
Ugh, of course it is.
Huh.
Don't get any closer. They'll notice us.
There's Eremites. Dihya?
Dia's talking with the Eremites? Very interesting. Let's listen in.
If you had informed me sooner, there'd be plenty of room for us to...
Bro. No way.
You're one of us. We would never lie.
Scholars. You don't know as much as I do. Need me to...
Bro.
I knew it. That's our Dia.
No way. What is she talking about?
Dia? Why would you? Dia!
No! I told you we shouldn't have brought this goddamn kid with us.
Hey, what are you doing?
No, why did we bring this guy? Why did we bring the child with us? Why did we bring the child?
Didn't you say you'd help me find Grandpa? Why are you on their side?
Well, look who's here. Ain't that something?
This complicates things.
You've betrayed Aru village?
Okay, wait. Okay, because she said this complicates things, I think she was trying to lie to them.
So, this is the great General Mahamatra. Dear, you'd be better off as my assistant than hanging around with this motley crew. Seen for yourself. I have the means and methods, and my ideals are far more admirable than theirs.
I'm not the type that's easily swayed, Raman. You of all people should know that.
Wait, what's going on, Dia? Whose side are you on here?
Shut it, Paimon.
Damn. She said the one thing we've been trying to say this entire time. Let's go, Dia. Let's go, Dia. Woo!
Doesn't matter. Whichever side you pick, nothing could deter us from the grand mission of resurrecting the Scarlet King. Once our Lord of Old returns to this land, we will have a new beginning.
Face the facts, Raman. It's not gonna happen. You should understand that more than anyone. Have all your years as a merc taught you nothing about placing hopes in a ruler?
I'm a desert dweller and a proud follower of the Scarlet King. Whether I live by the edge of the sword or in peaceful comfort, my soul will always carry this conviction.
It's not too late yet. The village mad scholars aren't gonna bring the Scarlet King back to life.
They're too devoted to this.
My dear lady, pursuing our faith is our purpose in life. Even if the chance of success is 1 in a million, we must be willing to give everything.
Yeah, makes sense for them.
Even if it'll expose you to the academia, even if they end up disbanding the Eremites, your Eremites, which you've worked so hard for all these years?
Yeah.
Yes. We've waited a long time for this day to come. The sun and the moon no longer shine here. All you see now is cracks in this desiccated land. But fate, has finally dealt me a hand to play against the Academia. With these scholars in our custody, we'll stomp the Academia's forces and fight our way beyond the wall of Samiel.
Ridiculous. Think about it. The Academia controls the entirety of Sumeru. Your powers are negligible in comparison.
Yeah, true.
If you still don't believe me, then try asking these two men. They're also against the Academia, but neither of them are as arrogant as you are.
Yeah.
They look more like pawns of the Academia to me. Why would I listen to anything the people of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata have to say?
I mean, he's not wrong. They are still pawns, but they still know more than you do.
Filthy traitors. Your god abandoned all honor and betrayed the Scarlet King. We desert dwellers will never trust the likes of you.
It's impossible to communicate with someone so hostile. Perhaps we should.
Do you really believe that by kidnapping the scholars, you'll be able to negotiate with the Academia?
The two different personalities.
These people have no value as bargaining chips. But I could be persuaded to take their place as your next hostage.
What?
These scholars were exiled from the Academia. I, on the other hand, am their current scribe, and will be a much greater asset to you.
Wait, you can't be serious.
So, you want to trade places with the hostages, do you?
Precisely. Any wise person would gladly accept my offer.
What are you thinking? What if they decide to kill you instead?
Do you really think they'd be able to kill him?
Well, that would be bad luck for me. However, I'd get the chance to observe the scholars. Perhaps even find out the truth.
Think you can talk me over with that confident look of yours?
I'm not trying to persuade you. I'm using this as a means of joining forces against the Academia.
You are the scribe. What do you have against the Academia?
Everything.
Not all desert dwellers believe in the Scarlet King, and the same applies to the Academia. Why must all knowledge seekers approve of the Academia's way of doing things?
You Academia scum. Every last one of you is nothing but a hypocrite, just like everyone else on the other side of that wall. I've made myself clear enough. I won't listen to another word from the Dendro Archon's people.
Oh, he's so stubborn.
Not so fast. I'll hate them. Do you stand by everything you just said?
I never make empty promises.
Are you sure?
You know you're making a dangerous decision, right?
I do.
Good. Raman, hear me out. These people are my friends. Maybe you can't take the followers of the Dendro Archon at their word, but what about me? Do you trust me?
We've known each other for years. Of course I do.
In that case, I'm willing to vouch for their honesty with my right arm.
What? No way.
Come on, Raman, don't be a coward. If you're serious about taking on the Academia, you need to steel yourself. You can't be afraid.
An arm from the Flame Mane. You've piqued my interest.
Is this worth it?
But what if you refuse to oblige? What should I do then? No one's a fool here, Dia. We're mercs. And mercs don't tend to live long unless they have their wits about them.
You're not wrong, but this is different. I promised my friends that we'd bring back the village keepers together.
Let's do it right here then. Give me your right arm as proof of your resolve.
I don't like this.
Don't listen to him! He's not even trying to negotiate! He just wants to make things more difficult!
That's fine.
I don't like this, man.
Are you crazy?
We came here to save lives. One arm for that many people is still a pretty good deal, if you ask me. Raman, I'm holding up my end of the deal here. You'd better not let me down.
Sure. Go ahead and cut off her right arm.
I don't like this at all.
Dia! What are you gonna do? Think of something!
You don't have to go this far.
That's not for you to decide.
Do it!
Dia! Run!
Stop!
What? Okay.
What's wrong? Can't do it?
Flame Mane, you and I are both desert folk. Cutting off your arm is no different than cutting off my own fingers. Where's the sense in cutting my own kin to pieces? You've shown me that you're serious. Go on now, take your friends and leave. Meet me in the desert at noon tomorrow.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Phew. I was really counting on him not going through with it.
What if that guy literally couldn't stop in time before he actually went through with it?
That was crazy. Have you all lost your minds? What if he'd actually cut your arm off?
Then I just have to hold my claymore with my left arm.
Oh my god. Please don't do that again.
Okay, I'm sorry. But sometimes when you're out on a limb, you gotta double down to seal the deal, you know?
Don't ever make a promise like that again. I can deal with the likes of them.
You would have just punched their lights out and we would have gotten nothing out of it.
If it came down to it, you would not lose to them either.
I don't doubt it, Sino. But this is about more than me and them. There's a lot more where they came from. Even if we got rid of one bunch of radicals, there are others out there.
Yeah.
Wiping them out would do more harm than good.
As you wish.
I'm sorry, Dia. I should have stayed put and listened. I should have trusted you.
Yeah, you should have.
It's okay. I promised you I'd help find your grandpa, so I'll do whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes? You just might be scholar material.
Huh? Are you serious?
The Eremites once said that I was a lunatic. Perhaps a little madness is essential to be successful in research.
Why does it feel like he's using his praise for me as an excuse to brag about himself?
Tro.
We should head back to the village and rest up. Today was just a trial run. Noon tomorrow is gonna be the hard part.
Holy. The gang's all here.
You're all here so early.
Looks like we have everyone here. Isak, are you sure you want to come with us?
We're bringing Isak again?
I'll watch from a safe distance. Dia, I want to be there to bring Grandpa home.
Okay, let's go then.
Dia, wait.
What's the matter?
I heard that you were quite reckless yesterday. No more of that today, understood? Or I'll be very upset with you.
Very, very upset. I'll tear off your other arm.
Fine.
And here we are.
Huh. They got here before us.
Uh-oh. Is it because Paimon overslept by 5 minutes and held everyone up?
Didn't have to admit that.
Is everything ready?
Absolutely. Although, you brought fewer people than I imagined.
Bring him over.
Grandpa!
Oh, it's Grandpa.
Why is there only one of them?
Raman, I've always thought of you as a man of his word. What's this about?
It's a 1-for-1 exchange. Sounds fair, don't you think?
Okay, dude. Okay.
And let me put it this way. Agreeing to any kind of deal with the Dendro Archon's people is already a huge compromise on my part. Don't you think you've asked enough?
You stay right there!
Oh, she's mad now. Oh shit, she's mad. Oh, she's gonna kill him.
What do you think you're doing?
Oh lord.
Don't you see this blade here?
This bro's shaking. You don't want to do it.
Why are your hands shaking?
You don't want to do it. You don't want to do it.
Wait a second.
I know you don't want it. Oh.
Earthquake!
Oh shit. Oh lord. Grandpa, help! Alright, well, we just got swallowed.
Paimon's dizzy.
But thankfully, Grandpa saved us.
This day's going just great.
What a nuisance.
The sand dune collapsed.
Yeah.
I saw an energy field. The village keeper protected us. It glowed green with Dendro. Just like you said, it may well have been the remains of Lesser Lord Kusanali's power inside the scholar's body.
No doubt. You finally believe me.
The Dendro Archon. The present one.
Grandpa? Grandpa? Oh no, he's getting confused again.
Hey, look around you.
We are
There
trapped
used to be a
here.
temple here?
Huh.
It seems that when the sand dune collapsed, it exposed these underground structures. The symbols on the gate belong to the Scarlet King's civilization.
Oh.
This structure must be ancient. Over time, the sandstorms completely buried it and left it in the state we see now.
So wait, this thing used to be bigger?
It could have been an underground palace in the distant past.
Oh, a miracle. Praise the Scarlet King!
Shut the hell up.
What's he doing here? And his men too?
He was swallowed up too.
They must have fallen down here with us. Pretty lucky if you ask me. Most of them seem in really bad shape. Except for him. He got off lightly.
Mind your head.
No, this isn't the time for conflict. Our exalted lord has shown us the way to his sacred palace.
He's not actually gonna go in there, is he?
Yes, he is.
As it happens, I want to take a look inside too.
What are you doing?
Don't you think it's curious? 1 minute, Lesser Lord Kusanali's power protects us from harm, and the next, remnants of the Scarlet King's civilization appear. 2 major deities are vying to showcase their power to us. It would be a shame not to witness them both.
True.
Paimon thought you weren't interested in gods.
I don't know. This dude is like an enigma.
Indeed. In my view, gods are just a higher form of living being. Or creature, you could say. New discoveries are always worth investigating. Whether they have anything to do with gods is neither here nor there.
Raman, what are you gonna do about your men?
I'm gonna leave them here.
I'll just let them lay here. The Scarlet King will take care of his people. Right now, I'm going inside.
At least Isak found his grandpa.
It's full of life here. This defies comprehension. It looked completely desolate from the outside. Yet, it flows with energy inside.
Yeah, and there's so many plants. It's so pretty.
That is probably the working of the Dendro Archon.
Sir Raman.
Huh? Me?
Do you see another Raman here?
Are you mocking me? What do you mean, sir?
Interpret it however you want. But there's something I'd like to draw your attention to. While this structure is clearly left over from the Scarlet King civilization, the energy that flows in here is that of the Dendro Archon.
Whatever you say. It's not like I have a vision.
There's nothing to be angry about. Think of this as an academic journey.
It does seem kinda strange. If that's true, then we might have to explore this whole area to find an explanation.
Oh boy, exploration. Let's go. Look up the hall as a mortal and listen to the King Deshret's holy guidance. Oh, wait, okay, I accidentally solved it. I don't know what I was doing. What was that? What? Oh, here we go. I feel like we've seen this in, we've seen something like this at Mona's Mirage during the Golden Apple Archipelago event. Oh. I probably shouldn't have done that.
That's a sight to see. The Scarlet King's splendor surrounds us.
There's so much vegetation here. It's different than what I expected.
Sure are a lot of plants for a desert.
That's what I call divine providence of the Scarlet King.
And we're gone. Yo! Wait, is this...
It's getting brighter.
Huh.
Oh, it looks so beautiful.
Also looks very similar to Irminsul too.
Wait. What's that?
A load of flowers. And it looks like there's something among them.
It looks like a tomb.
These are Scarlet King runes.
They left something behind. Yes. It's an elegy written in an ancient script.
What does it say?
Here lies our faithful priest Kasala. His wisdom is a miracle among the people, deserving of high praise and admiration.
You can read ancient Scarlet King script?
Of course. Every student needs to master at least 20 languages before they graduate.
Damn, what?
It's not serious, right?
I hope not.
There's still something off about this place. The elemental energy here is too concentrated. The scent of life. Is it trying to tell us something?
Is this it?
Analyzing.
What?
There seems to be a hidden message among these skeletal remains.
Huh?
Excellent. There's a device from the Scarlet King's civilization in this gravesite. I'll transmit the information over and project it for everyone to see.
Isn't sharing knowledge against the Academia's rules?
Yeah, he doesn't give a shit about the academia. We told you this already, dude.
Yes. However, under the circumstances, I'd prefer you to see this for yourself. You'll understand after watching it.
Hologram.
Civilization is born of knowledge, but so too can knowledge be its demise. A disaster caught us unaware. It was knowledge that did not belong to this world. The Scarlet King brought this forbidden knowledge into our world, and it quickly spread like a plague. People's minds were filled with crazed whispers. Dark gray scales spread across their bodies. Even the land was stripped of its vigor. Only a desperate, deathly silence remained. Were it not for greater Lord Rukkhadevata from the forests, the damage would have been irreversible.
Yo, wait, she looks so pretty.
She summoned the priests to build temples and infused into them the divine power of life. The disaster was miraculously tempered, and the embers of our civilization...
So he introduced Elazar?
Alas, the miracle could not last. As long as forbidden knowledge continued to exist, it would forever blight this world. In the end, the proud king of the desert, my eternal lord, chose to sacrifice himself. I have spent my whole life since guarding one of these many temples. But now, my duty is coming to an end. As I close my eyes for the final time, the sight of that noble deity will appear in my vision once more.
This is so pretty.
In helping the Scarlet King to eradicate
and I love the
knowledge,
music.
She exhausted her strength, and her form became that of a small child. How strange. Now that I think of her, I no longer have any fear of death, for I sense that the spirit of life will abide with me during my eternal sleep. Children of the desert, cling no longer to past grievances, but hold tight to the memory of this act of benevolence.
Huh. Jesus. Okay. That's a lot. Alright, so basically, King Desert introduced Elazar into the world because he released a whole bunch of forbidden knowledge. And then the Greater Lord sacrificed herself to try and at least get rid of it. Or at least slow it down. So she never betrayed anyone. It's just lies made up by the academia.
The priest's memories.
No, impossible.
Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. So the former Dendro Archon and the Scarlet King were never enemies at all.
Yeah.
But this doesn't make any sense. The Dendro Archon's followers, they're clearly...
Was that the former Dendro Archon? She became so tiny in the end.
Wait, she never disappeared? Oh! Oh! Yo, that would make so much sense. Yo, okay. During one of the festivals in Leeway, we found out that Golbat is actually a god, and he used to be super gigantic. But when he used a bunch of his powers during a battle, he ended up becoming really tiny. I'm guessing that when gods exhaust most of their powers, they become really small. So the Greater Lord never disappeared. She's just Kusanali. She's just super tiny. Two deities' followers have resented each other all this time, completely unaware that they're gods stuck by each other through life and death.
You might be distrustful of the Akasha, but there's no reason for you to doubt the Scarlet King's technology. You've just witnessed his priest's last words.
I've never heard about any of this before.
Yeah, because it was all buried from all the sandstorms.
The surviving followers of the Scarlet King all gathered in Aru village. Our god did not make mistakes. We refused to believe any of the rumors. The Scarlet King's death, the all but total annihilation of our civilization. It was all Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's doing. We saw her as nothing more than a traitor, who stabbed us in the back in our moment of crisis. Just like us humans. Fighting, feuding, double-crossing each other to survive in the desert.
You were blinded by your prejudice.
Mm-hmm.
If I hadn't seen this for myself, if I hadn't witnessed his last words with my own eyes, ears, and heart, how could I ever begin to accept this? The truth is so far from what I've always known. Am I really supposed to believe that after all these years, all this time seeking revenge, suddenly now my enemy is my savior?
I think this is definitely going to be hard to believe, but I don't know how you could refute evidence shown by the last priest.
Raman, that's enough. Give it a rest. You're starting to make a fool of yourself.
Dia, tell me, my Aramites and I, what are we even fighting for?
They're definitely not going to take that well.
Hey, how you doing?
I'll live. Thanks. I should probably go. Can't just stay here forever.
What's your next move gonna be?
Oh, I know what you're going to ask. I feel deeply ashamed of everything I've done. You'll get everything you're asking for. But please, give me some time. After everything that's happened here today, somehow I need to explain it to the others.
It's not gonna be easy.
Well, I guess that's for me to deal with.
Yeah.
Dia, this is where our camp's located. Make a note of it.
This is gonna be like an earth-shattering revelation.
When would be a good time for us to go?
Tomorrow. I'll convince everyone that we're all on the same side. And I'll return every last one of your your village keepers. We'll share our other resources with you too.
You seem to finally understand that our true enemy is the sages.
Yeah, but the sages.
Yes. The gods never gave up on anyone. It's the people responsible for all this that need to face the consequences of their actions.
That must have been rough. But he seems to have figured things out now.
Yeah.
Ramon's no fool. Being the leader of your own faction in the desert is no easy feat. It's too bad he was held back by his belief in the Scarlet King. But now that that's changed, I guess we have a few more people on our side.
This is a turn for the better for sure.
The outcome, at least, is favorable.
We should get going too. Let's head back, have a proper meal, and a nice, long sleep. We'll need all our energy tomorrow. Sino, we're leaving!
Stop yelling.
Raman, we're here.
Everything's been arranged. Someone will bring the village keepers back to Aru village shortly.
I guess all I can say now is, thanks for agreeing to help.
Don't mention it. I think we can both agree you went to hell and back for it. But we share a common cause now. From here on out, We're allies.
Good.
Where are the perpetrators?
I'll bring you to them. Follow me.
It's good that we have them on our side now.
So these are the people who kidnapped the village keepers.
Oh no, it's the scribe!
Yep.
There's no need to yell. No one can help you now.
We've been all over the desert trying to find you.
That's right.
Oh god, he's about to be really mad.
General Mahamatra? No, no. Make it quick, please. Swift and painless.
You should have known that I would be coming for you.
Wait, we were just following orders. You know what I'm talking about, right? There's no way we could have done all this by ourselves.
No, not Sino. He's gonna tear us limb from limb.
Yep.
I could do worse.
Please have mercy.
Why is there a world of quiet?
Start talking. Otherwise, I'll have to resort to other methods.
Oh boy.
So, your superiors have kept you quite busy recently. Why? What are they trying to accomplish?
They, wanted to extract canned knowledge.
Uh-huh, we already know that.
Don't play dumb. You know what I'm really asking. They extract divine canned knowledge. Then what?
I really don't know how to explain it.
Explain it the best you can, buddy, or else your hands are gone.
You better start talking or you'll be sorry.
You don't want to make things any more difficult for yourself, do ya?
May I ask them a question?
Be my guest.
The sages are trying to create a new god, aren't they?
Uh-huh. That sure didn't sound like a fancy metaphor or anything. You're serious, aren't you?
How did you know?
Yep.
There's no use hiding it now. Yes, you're right. The Academia is working on an important and potentially world-changing project. They are creating a new god. A god that will belong to them and to the people of Sumeru. It may seem as if Sumeru's academics are thriving, but ever since the death of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, scholarly breakthroughs have been few and far between. The withering of Irminsul has been getting worse recently. The sages have tried everything they could think of, but nothing's worked. I'm always hearing them say things like, if only Greater Lord Rukkhadevata was still with us.
So they want to create a new god as a breakthrough?
Continue.
And then, someone from the Fatui showed up. They called him the Doctor. He brought a gnosis and said he wanted to borrow the Academia's research facilities.
Who's Gnosis?
The Doctor was previously expelled from the Academia. At first, the sages looked down at him in disdain. But when he said those words, everyone's expression changed. He asked them, "Do you wish to create a god?"
This is what the arrogant ignorance at the extreme end of academia looks like.
First, the Academia spent a long time constructing a divine vessel, which was based on an exquisite humanoid puppet.
Was that the thing that we saw Scaramouche inside of?
After that, they harvested dreams via the Sebzerus Festival Samsara, maximizing the Akasha's output. With the Doctor's help, and the Akasha now functioning at maximum efficiency, they were able to use it to extract the power from the Gnosis and convert it into a divine core.
Did Tode already had the Gnosis from the very beginning? We already lost!
Next, they decided that their new god needed to possess divine wisdom. For that to happen, they needed a huge quantity of divine canned knowledge.
It adds up.
But how do you determine whether the knowledge extracted is of divine origin?
Call it an educated guess? The Academia has been trying to figure out the exact source of the scholar's madness for centuries, but to no avail. Nobody can explain the cause of this phenomenon. Surely you can see what that implies, Scribe Alhaitham. If it's knowledge no mortal can comprehend, then it must be something only gods are able to decipher. In other words, it's the source of the God of Wisdom's omniscience and omnipotence.
The sage's end product won't be the Greater Lord. It'll be the Balladeer.
You must have noticed by now. The Academia doesn't care about who their god is. It's the ability to exercise control over knowledge and wisdom that matters.
Yeah.
It is as if they are cursed with a desire for omniscience and omnipotence that burns in their blood. Some organisms demonstrate phototaxis, and thus orient their entire lives in respect to sources of light. For the sages, their only source of hope is the existence of a deity who embodies the acme of wisdom. This is but a form of phototaxis. For many scholars, The absence of a god of wisdom means stumbling in the darkness for the duration of their lives.
These dudes are obsessed.
Then what does Lesser Lord Kusanali mean to you? Is she not a true god present in this world? If you already have a new god, why try to create another one?
From the beginning, the Akademiya has never treated her as a god. When the Akademiya first discovered Lesser Lord Kusanali, the newborn god of wisdom, the sages hoped that she would be as wise as Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. But upon evaluation, they found that at the time, she possessed no more intelligence than any ordinary human child. The sages never had a ruder awakening. This forced them to accept that Greater Lord Rukkhadevata had indeed passed away. Not to mention that Lesser Lord Kusanali's gnosis had been used to power the Akasha this entire time. By herself, she has neither an Archon's raw power, nor the spectacular insight expected of a god of wisdom. Slowly but surely, people began to forget about her existence.
I'm kind of wondering if she'll get her memories back with time, and I hope she does.
So, this is the path the sages have chosen.
Even now, they still refuse to acknowledge Lesser Lord Kusanali. I never imagined a god could be subjected to such cruelty.
All right, let's try to keep our cool. If everyone's in a bad mood, then let's change up our scenery. Raman, give me a few men to help us escort the village keepers back to the village. And these two scholars, they're coming too.
Sure, as you wish.
I mean, we basically already knew that they were gonna create a new god with Scaramouche being, you know, the new god. The revival of King Desert is a lie.
The village keepers you found have all been returned to their homes, and each one has a dedicated caregiver to look after them. The two new scholars are being kept under close supervision, too. Really great work, everyone.
The atmosphere is so heavy.
But why? It's hard not to feel weighed down by what we just learned. Despite everything Lesser Lord Kusanali has done for her people, the Akademiya has abandoned her in the sanctuary of Surasthana like a lost cause. Even those she's protected have never realized there's such a small and childlike god in the world.
Hey, say something. Stop spacing out.
True. Can you at least speak your mind, bro?
Come on, is there nothing left to talk about? In that case, let's all get some water and try to think about something else.
Or I can go fetch some snacks.
Ooh, snackies.
Oh, Paimon's so coming with you.
Do you have any plans, traveler?
Gods above, you're not talking about work, are you?
I want to share everything I know with all of you.
So you were still withholding some information?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I had my reasons, but now I know we're all in this together. Tea time! The guy's expression is relaxed if your mood hasn't been affected by the heavy conversation at all. Sano has a firm and solemn expression on his face. It looks like he's made up his mind about something, core of his beliefs. The Hytham has also turned towards a crowd he wants to listen to. Whole story comes out. From today on, everyone will fight for the same goal.
Even though we lived through all of this firsthand, it still feels super surreal to hear you talk about it again.
That's everything we've experienced so far in Sumeru.
What a whirlwind of a story. I felt like I was holding my breath the whole time.
It seems like there will be more issues to face in the days ahead than I'd anticipated.
Still, now's a good time to make our next move. Now that Raman's joined us, we'll be an even stronger team.
Yeah, thankfully.
It's time to make a plan.
Indeed. These events are a flagrant transgression of the rules in every sense. We cannot allow it to continue.
So, everyone, are we on the same page?
Yup. We're going after the sages.
Crush the sages and rescue our god. That is our ultimate goal.
No matter what lies ahead, I will do my utmost.
Well, let's brainstorm a little more about what other resources we can draw on.
The next time we gather here, we must have a solid plan.
Yep, it'll work out for sure.
For sure. And that's Act 4.
You must let me know if there's anything I can do to help. Though I cannot leave Auber Village, I can't help but feel stirred when I see the looks in your eyes.
What do you mean by that?
I've never felt as roused as this when fighting alone in the past.
Huh?
I suppose this must be the power of camaraderie.
Don't rush. This is a big undertaking, and the planning and preparation for what lies ahead will no doubt take some time. Take it slowly. We need to make sure the plan is as effective as possible.
He's starting to read his book again. Hey, are you even listening?
Would you like me to lend you something to read?
Yes, please. Please give her something to read.
No way. Your books aren't quite to Paimon's taste.
What do you read? Children's books? Nah, she don't even read children's books. Those have words in it. She needs picture books.
I was joking. I know my books are far too difficult for you, and I have no intention of lending them out.
Aw.
Ugh, you're so annoying.
In the past, I never imagined that even the gods could suffer from hardship. If we can find a way to change all of this, will this nation become a better place?
The past few days have been some of the most challenging work I've ever taken on, and none of it'll earn me a single mora. I can't believe it.
Broke.
Look on the bright side, Dia. Maybe we'll get a huge reward after this is all over.
Yeah, surely.
You've got a point. Hey, what would you do if you woke up tomorrow with more money than you could ever spend?
First thing I'm doing is checking if I'm alive or not.
Paimon would buy boatloads of tasty snacks.
Of course.
That's it?
And maybe some tasty drinks as well?
How adorable. Well, here's to all our indulgent fantasies. If there's a chance they can come true, I'll give it my best shot. And here's hoping that everything we do from now on will change this world for the better.